A service of KIBMradio.com, the Internet's home for an all old-time radio.
Did you hear that, the whistle?
Sure do, Amos. That whistle means rinse-o white, rinse-o bright, rinse-o new.
Yeah, that's right, and it means that this is Sunday and we was on the air for 1950 rinse-o with Solium.
The Amos and Andy Show with Ernestine Wade, Lou Lubin, Johnny Lee, Willard Waterman, Jeff Alexander and his orchestra, and radio's all-time favorites, Amos and Andy. Yes, sir, the Amos and Andy Show, brought to you by Lieber Brothers Company, makers of new 1950 Rinso with Solium, the soap that gets your clothes whiter and brighter than new.
Rinso white, Rinso bright,
Rinse-o new.
happy little wash day song.
Last year, at the Thanksgiving celebration at Sapphire's mother's house, George Kingfish Stevens surprised the 22 assembled relatives by getting to his feet and making the following irrevocable statement.
Yeah, folks, I'm telling each and every one of you sweet people that 1 year from today, you was all invited to my house for a big Thanksgiving dinner.
Well, another year has rolled around, and once again, the happy Thanksgiving season is here. And this morning, when Sapphire reminded the Kingfish of his invitation, he turned to his wife and said sweetly,
What, have them 22 vultures here for Thanksgiving? I won't have them. I'll commit suicide first.
George Stevens, you done invited them here, and they's coming. And that's all there is to it.
Well, now listen, Sapphire, we can't feed that mob of gluttons.
Gluttons? Why, at Mama's house last year, they all had perfect manners.
Perfect manners, huh? Why, when that food come on, they charge for the table like Notre Dame's backfield.
George, you're getting all worked up over nothing. If we get a 15-pound turkey, that'll be plenty.
Not if your mama's there, it won't. 15-pound turkey is just like one hors d'oeuvre to that old locust.
George, you can complain all you want, but you is the one that invited my relatives. Now, what you gonna do about it?
Well, maybe we can take them out to eat.
Take them out to eat? Why could you take 22 people?
Well, I might be able to make reservations at the Salvation Army. I don't know.
Now, listen, George, we're going to have dinner here at home, and you is going to provide the dinner, and that's final.
Well, now, wait a minute, Sapphire.
George, I want to start off the meal with a shrimp cocktail. Then salad, cranberry sauce, candied yams, mince pie, pumpkin pie, and a nice turkey.
Yeah, well, you're going to have to get a pretty light turkey because all I got is $1.25, I tell you.
George Stevens, this is one thing you ain't getting out of. I ain't going to be embarrassed in front of my relatives. Now, you get out of here and find some way to get us a Thanksgiving dinner, or there's going to be fireworks, and not because it's the 4th of July. Do you hear that, you no good loafing bum? I'm going to the bedroom.
Holy smokes, why did I have to marry a woman with a Dynaflow mouth? Well, come on, Anna. Let's walk on down to the lodge hall.
Okay, Kingfish. You was really upset about your in-laws coming, ain't you?
Oh, yeah, Anna, yeah. I'm really in trouble already. I got a pre-motor Thanksgiving dinner by Thursday.
Yeah, well, with all them relatives coming, I guess you ain't got no alternative.
Well, I wish they'd never started this Thanksgiving thing in the first place. If them pilgrims had only stayed back in Siberia where they belong, we wouldn't be...
I guess that Paul Revere is much to blame as anybody. Riding around town on a horse shouting, "The Pilgrims is coming."
Yeah, that's sort of thing, all right. Then on Thanksgiving Day, the Pilgrims asked all the in-laws to come in, and then they went out and shot turkeys for them.
Yeah.
And that's where they made the mistake. If they had any sense, they'd have shot the in-laws instead. That would have been a nice custom to carry on through the years.
Hey, you know, Kingfish, if you was got to feed all them in-laws...
Hey, did you see the way that truck skidded around the corner?
Sure did.
Hey, wait a minute, Anna.
Now, where you going, Kingfish?
A package just fell off the back of that truck. Let me get it.
Yeah, go ahead, get it. What is it, Kingfish? What you got?
Wait a minute, Anna. Wait a minute. There's a little hole in the wrapping paper here. Let me take a squint inside. Andy, you won't believe what's in there. The hand of fate just slipped me a turkey.
A turkey?
Yeah, it's all cooked and everything. All you got to do is to heat it. Come on, Andy. Let's take it in the lodge hall here while I'll get my bearings here.
Yeah, let me see the thing.
Yeah, go ahead, peek through the little hole in the bag. Yeah, it's all done up in wax paper. Look at that.
Oh, look at there, boy. Here's a golden brown.
Yeah, come on in the lodge hall here and let's close the door. Well, Andy, that was a lucky break. And I can't take the turkey back because the truck went by so fast that neither one of us see the name on it to tell who the thing belongs to. You see, we can't.
It was Thompson's market.
I say we can't. You got a dinosaur mouth, too, ain't you?
Listen, all I say was it was Thompson's market.
I didn't hear a word you say and stop hollering Thompson's market at me. Didn't nobody see nothing.
The address was 487 West 135th Street.
Listen, Andy.
And the telephone number was Lehigh 59256.
Listen, Andy, did you ever hear the old saying, speech is silver and silence is gold?
Yeah, I hear that.
Well, why don't you put your big mouth back on the gold standard then?
All I can tell you is what I see with my own eyes. I seed the truck.
You know what happened to you, don't you?
What?
You done see the mirage.
A mirage? What is that?
Well, that's a common thing, Andy. Like when you was out on the desert. You see something there that ain't there, that's all.
Well, if it ain't there, how do you see it?
Well, binoculars.
Yeah, I never thought of that. That's right, yeah. But it's still kind of funny that I see the truck with letters on it nearly a foot high.
Yeah, funny, all right, yeah.
But you say that was a mirage that skidded around that corner, huh? Sure was a big one.
Yeah, well, Andy, there's bigger mirages than that.
There is?
Yeah, you take one of them steamships that cruises around the world that I heard about. It's one of them tropical islands in the Pacific. The passengers went ashore, danced with the natives, picked bananas off the trees, ate coconuts, and spent 2 glorious weeks at the place before they found out there was no island there at all.
Yeah, well, that sure makes this truck mirage look like nothing.
Oh, yeah, and now that I've convinced you that you didn't see what you saw, now let me figure out where I'm going to keep this turkey. I wonder if you would mind keeping it in your icebox, Andy.
Well, wait a minute here. What's the matter with that refrigerator you got, Kingfish?
Well, I'll tell you, Andy, I had a little difference of opinion with the electric company about 2 months ago, and they done severed my connections. That's what they did.
Okay, then, I'll keep it for you. But, Kingfish, I still don't think you're doing the right thing keeping the turkey that don't belong to you. That's liable to start bothering your conscience.
Well, then, I just convinced you that neither one of us know where it come from.
Yeah, well, I know that we don't know where it come from.
Yeah, well, then, what does you expect me to do?
Why don't you take it back to Thompson's Mirage on 135th Street?
Oh, me. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, and I ain't had a wink of sleep yet. I don't know why I can't sleep. All my problems are solved. I got that turkey and everything. Why can't I sleep?
I'll tell you why you can't sleep, George.
Who that?
It's me, George, your conscience.
Conscience, what did you bother me for now?
Oh, it's that turkey, George. You know it doesn't belong to you. It belongs to Thompson's Market. And mark my words, if you insist on keeping that turkey, you'll never be able to enjoy it.
I won't be able to enjoy that turkey. Conscience, you ain't got as much sense as I thought you had.
And another thing, George. It's little things like taking a turkey that doesn't belong to you that lead to bigger things. This may well be your first step toward a life of crime.
Yeah, but you don't understand, Conscience. On one side, there might be a life of crime. But on the other side, I'd have to face 22 of my wife's relatives without no turkey. They give Joan of Arc a better deal than that, you know.
All right, George, have it your way. But remember what I said about starting a life of crime. One of these days, you'll find yourself in a big gray building with bars on it.
You mean they'll put me in a...
Yes, and it won't be a mirage either.
Oh, no.
Happy little wash day song, for a wash that's whiter and brighter than new. Rinso washes, Rinso new. Rinso white,
Whiter than new.
Rinso bright,
Brighter than new.
Rinso white, Rinso bright.
Rinso new.
Rinso New. It's an amazing fact. 1950 Rinso with Solium gets white clothes whiter, washable colors brighter than new. Rinso New. Even on rainy days, Rinso puts sunshine in your wash. No other soap can make your wash so white, so bright, because no other soap contains the scientific sunlight ingredient, Solium. 1950 Rinso gets out more dirt. Yes, gets out more dirt than any other type of wash day product. And yet Rinso is so safe for clothes, so kind to your hands. Get Rinso today. See your wash become whiter, brighter than new.
Rinso white, Rinso bright.
Rinso new.
Happy little wash day song.
Oh, me. I don't know why I feel so tired today. I guess it's because I didn't get no sleep last night with that conscience bothering me. Well, come in, Shorty. Greetings of the holiday season.
Yeah, Happy Easter. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. You can't. When what day is it?
Well, Thanksgiving is the one I was talking about, Shorty, and I'm going to tell you something. I was in a mess about the thing, too. You see, I done something a little wrong, and all last night a voice kept nagging at me, keeping me awake and making me miserable.
Yeah, Pinfield. You ought to put a muzzle on that sapphire.
Yeah. No, Shorty, no. I tell you what, it was just my conscience that was bothering me.
What was that bothering you for?
Well, the gust of the thing is that I found a turkey. And, I didn't know what to do about it, so my conscience wants me to return the thing, you see. And the thing that really got me, Shorty, is that my conscience said to me that a little thing like taking a turkey, just taking one turkey now, might lead to a life of crime. You think there's any truth to that, Shorty?
Oh, yeah. That's the way it is in life. That's the way it is in life, Pinfield. The little things, he got the bigger things. Just look what happened to my father.
Yeah, what happened to that?
One day, Papa, he went into a market, and while the clerk wasn't looking, he took a can of sardines. And the next day, he took a jar of pickles. And from there, he went on to take Swiss cheese, liverwurst, salami, smoked tongue, and whole ham.
Holy smoke! He took all that stuff. What finally happened to him?
Oh, well, he went to the police. He gave himself up to the detail. He decided to come clean with that. He opened the delicatessen.
Oh, me. With that conscience bothering me half the night, I didn't get much sleep. I'm going to see if I can catch a little cat nap on the sofa here. I'll lay down here in the lodge hall and take a little nap. Turkey leading to a life of crime. That's the craziest thing I ever hear. I better get some sleep here and forget about that crime stuff. After all, it could never happen to me. Life of crime. Life of crime.
Calling all cars, pick up George Stevens for turkey snatching. Calling all cars, pick up George Stevens for jewelry store robbery. Calling all cars, pick up George Stevens for armed bank hold-up. Calling all cars, pick up George Stevens for blowing up Fort Knox. Shoot on sight. All right, Stevens, come out of that alley. We got you covered.
I ain't coming out. You'll never take me. I won't confess. I won't confess. Where do I sign, fellas?
Gentlemen of the jury, you have reached a verdict in the case of the state of New York versus Mad Dog Stevens. Foreman Amos Jones, what is your verdict?
Well, we find the defendant guilty on all counts and recommend the death penalty.
Was the jury's decision unanimous?
Well, we had no disagreement except one there. 6 of us wanted to hang him and 6 of us wanted to burn him. Amos, you can't do this to me.
The prisoner will please stand in front of the bench while the judge pronounces sentence.
George Stevens, are you ready for me to pass sentence?
Why, where's Sapphire, the judge?
You have been duly convicted by a jury of 12 turkeys, and I hereby sentence you to be taken to Thompson's Market, where on January 15th at 8 o'clock in the evening you will be put to death in the electric chair. Tickets now on sale at the box office.
Oh, no, Sapphire. Not the chair, not the chair. Oh, it's you, Warden. Don't just stand there. Say something to me.
Hello.
Andy, you the warden.
Yeah, what about it?
Andy, you gotta help me. Look, they ain't fooling. They has already slit my pants leg. What's next, Andy? What's next?
Well, we usual shaves the top of the prisoner's head, but you got a pretty clean job there today.
Warden, ain't there nothing you can do for me?
Well, I got a little surprise for you, Mad Dog. I was going to give you the juice at 8 o'clock, but I got you an hour's stay of execution.
Yeah, well, got some hope. What did I get to stay for?
Well, I'm going to watch television tonight, and I don't want the tube to go dim during Arthur Godfrey.
Oh, me. Why did I ever start off by taking the turkey?
Well, it's too late now, and I got to run along, too. I got to speak to the reporters that's going to cover the thing for the papers.
Yeah, what is you going to speak to them about?
Oh, I'm going to tell them to control their laughing and giggling during the festivities. All right, guard, you can bring in the prisoner's last meal.
Oh, me, my last meal. What is it, guard?
Well, it's going to be pork and it's going to be prime nice baked Virginia roast turkey with Thompson dressing.
No, I don't want no turkey. Take it away. Take it. Uh-oh. Oh, what a terrible dream that was. 2 minutes more and I'd have woke up dead. Oh, me. I don't know whether to give up the turkey or face them 22 relatives. I don't know what to do.
Hi, Kingfish.
Andy, you just the man I want to see. You sure is a fine pal.
What's the matter, Kingfish?
Watching television while I'm sitting there burning in the electric chair. Andy, don't ever speak to me again.
This is Ken Carpenter. You know, friends, I'm not easily amazed, but here's something that never fails to impress me. A wash done with new 1950 Rinso turns out not just whiter, but whiter than new, and washable colors brighter than new, because only Rinso contains Solium. Now, it's a proven fact that no other soap can get your wash so white or color so bright. Your clothes turn out Rinso new. Why, you know, even on rainy days, even if you have to dry your wash indoors, wonderful Rinso with Solium puts sunshine in your wash. 1950 Rinso gets out more dirt than any other type of wash day product. Yet Rinso is so safe for clothes, so kind to your hands. You better stop in at the store and get the economical giant size of new 1950 Rinso with Solium. And then see for yourself what an amazingly beautiful wash new Rinso gives you.
Well, I'll get on into Calhoun's office here. I got to do something about that turkey. I couldn't stand no more of them awful dreams. Hello there, Calhoun.
Be with you in a minute, Kingfish. I'm just dictating a letter here to my secretary. And so, gentlemen, if you will take care of this matter referred to above, I'm sure we can come to terms which will be mutually satisfactory. Yours very truly, Algonquin J. Calhoun.
Wait a minute, Calhoun. Who is you dictating this letter to? Ain't nobody here but the two of us.
Well, I'm a doggone. I keep forgetting that gal quit this morning.
Calhoun, the reason I come to see you, I really in a dilemma here today.
What's it about, Kingfish?
Yeah, well, now look, I found a turkey that didn't belong to me, and my conscience is telling me to take it back. So on one side, I got my conscience bothering me, and on the other side, I got a 15-pound turkey. Now, what would you do in a spot like that with a turkey?
Set the oven at 470 degrees and baste it every hour.
But you see, my conscience won't let me do it.
Well, tell me this. Does you know who really owned the turkey?
Well, I guess I does if I forces myself. Thompson's Market.
Well, the only thing I can see for you to do Kingfish, is to raise the money and then pay Thompson.
Yeah, but who I gonna raise the money from? That's the problem.
Well, Andy Brown is your best friend, ain't he?
Yeah, he's the best friend I got.
Well, what good is a friend if you can't jip him?
That's it. That's what I'll do. I'll figure out some way to get the money from Andy.
Well, if I don't see you for the next few days, Kingfish, I hope you have a very happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, thank you. Why are you eating Thanksgiving, Calhoun?
Well, you see, every Thanksgiving for the past 3 years, I've been taking the turkey up to my gal friend's house. Yeah, boy, she really loves it. She always so grateful when I bring the turkey that she throws her arms around me and we smooch for an hour.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, but you know something? I got a faint suspicion that gal is cheating on me.
What you mean?
I looked in the icebox last night and there was 18 turkeys.
Well, I'll get in Anna's room here. That saying of Calhoun, what good is a friend if you can't jip him, sound like an old proverb of mine.
Come in. Oh, hiya, Kingfish.
Yeah, well, hello there, brother Andy. Glad to see you, old pal. Glad to see you. Well, what you doing sitting down in the chair there, brother Andy?
Oh, I'll be with you in a minute, Sheriff. You know, I've been walking around all day, and I just changed my socks.
Changing your socks, huh?
Yeah, I'm changing the right one to the left foot and the left one to the right.
Yeah, I guess, that's good already. Rotating the socks is a good idea. Yeah, then the hole don't always come up on the big toe, do it?
Yeah, what you doing? Did you come up here to get your turkey out of my icebox?
Not yet, Andy, old pal, my friend. I just come up here to cheer you up, poor lonesome boy.
To cheer me up?
Yeah, let me put my arm around you here. I love you, Andy.
Yeah, I know.
You know, he and Sapphire was talking about you this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about how sad it is that you got to spend this gay holiday season all by yourself. You know, I got all choked up about it, Andy.
You did, huh?
Oh, yeah. I blubbered so much at breakfast, I cried right in my plate.
Oh,
yeah, my tears filled up all them little squares in my waffle I was eating. I tell you, it's a sad thing, Andy. You being all alone in this miserable room here.
Yeah, what is you driving at, Kingfish?
Well, Andy, I was extenuating you an invitation to have Thanksgiving dinner with us.
No fooling. You mean you want me to come up to your place for Thanksgiving dinner?
Yeah, Andy. I'm inviting you in consideration of our long friendship, our lifelong association, and a small sum of $15. Yeah.
$15? Mm-hmm. You know, Kingfish, when you start slapping me on the back, sooner or later, your hand always slips down to my wallet.
Well, now, wait a minute, Andy. Think of what you're getting for your money. That $15 entitles you to a turkey, cranberry sauce, all the fixing, plus the love and affection of 22 genuine relatives. That's what you get.
The love and affection of 22 relatives.
Yeah, that's right. They'll maul all over you just like you was one of the family, yes, sir. Yeah, not only that, Andy, but your $15 entitles you to a ringside seat for the carving, too.
Ringside seat?
That's right, Andy. You'll be right up there with the breast and the second joint set. Not back in the bleachers with the stuffing and gravy crowd.
I tell you, Kingfish, I'd like to come, but tell you the truth, I only got a couple of dollars to tide me over the holidays.
Only got $2?
Yeah, that's all.
Well, you wouldn't enjoy it anyway, Andy. I tell you what, you just bring the turkey by at 1 o'clock on Thursday, come to the back door, and then be on your way.
Yeah, but wait a minute, Kingfish. What was I going to do for Thanksgiving? I ain't got no place to go.
Well, the best thing for you to do is drop down to the mission. You'll liable to run into some other penniless bum down there, and the two of you can be thankful together. See you later. Happy Thanksgiving, man. Well, I done made an honest effort to raise the money to pay back Thompson's market. Now, it ain't my fault that Andy didn't have no money. I'll just keep that turkey, and my conscience is clear.
George?
Yeah. It's you again, Conscience.
You're not doing the right thing. Take that turkey back to Thompson's market.
Now, wait a minute now, Conscience. What are you making such a fuss about? After all, I'll be eating for you, too.
No, George. No, you've got to listen to me.
Well, now, listen. I'm going to do what I want to do.
All right, George, but mark my words. You'll never be able to enjoy that turkey. You'll never enjoy it.
What did that Conscience know? Anyway, I was in the clear. Even if Thompson didn't miss the turkey, ain't nobody going to find out I had it. When them 22 relatives get through with that bird, there ain't even going to be no caucus delecti. I know that. Well, Sapphire, I see all the relatives is in there.
Oh, yeah, George. They all showed up, all 22 of them.
Yeah, there sure is a mess of them, all right. I just walked through the living room. They're all perched up there like a pack of timber wolves.
What time did you say Andy'd be here with the turkey?
Well, I told him to be over here at 1 o'clock. He ought to have been here 5 minutes ago. Hey, wait a minute. That's him at the back door now. Wait a minute. I'll open the door and let him in there. Oh, Brother Andy.
Hi, Kingfish. Hi.
Yeah, well, I see you got the turkey there. And my conscience said that I ain't going to enjoy this thing. Now, give me that turkey, Andy. You get on down to the mission before they run out of beans, Andy.
You know something, Kingfish? I've been thinking. The other day when you found this turkey, you say that truck that fell off was just a mirage?
Yeah, that's right, Andy. Mirages is a common thing, all right.
It certainly is. And you've got another mirage on your hands.
What you mean, Andy?
Well, this ain't no real turkey. This is one of them plastic jobs the market decorates the window with. Happy Thanksgiving.
Well, Andy, do you know what's just as good as a box of Rinso for washing clothes?
Certainly. Another box of Rinso.
Millions of women say there's nothing like Rinso. And today, more women use Rinso than any other wash day soap in the world. 1950 Rinso with Solium actually gets your white clothes whiter than new and washable colors brighter than new. Your wash is Rinso New. Rinso is great for dishes, too. It makes the hardest part of dishwashing easier. Pots and pans really shine. Get the economical giant size Rinso with a red Solium label.
Good night, folks.
See you next Sunday.
Be sure to be with us next Sunday at the same time when Lever Brothers Company, the makers of New Rinso with Solium, will again present the Amos and Andy Show.
Lifebuoy Get Skin Cleaner gives you longer all-over protection after your daily bath. Remember, there's not just one or two, but 13 areas of the skin where doctors have found BO. Lifebuoy protects you all over, gives you top 24-hour security. Get Lifebuoy right away.
Be sure and listen to the Amos and Andy Show at this same time next Sunday. And stay tuned for the Edgar Bergen-Charlie McCarthy Show, which follows immediately over most of these stations. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Rochester, Dennis Day, Bob Crosby, and yours truly, Ladies and gentlemen, last Thursday was Thanksgiving, and Jack invited his whole gang over for dinner. But let's go back to the day before Thanksgiving. As we look in on Jack's home, he and Rochester are taking inventory to make sure that they have enough of everything for the big event. They're checking all the items in the pantry. As Rochester calls them off, Jack is writing them down.
2 cans of corned beef hash.
2 cans of corned beef hash.
3 cans of cranberry sauce.
3 cans of cranberry sauce.
2 bottles of A1 sauce.
2 bottles of A1 sauce.
97 bottles of olives.
90... Wait a minute, Rochester. Isn't that the same amount of olives that we had last year?
Yeah, we don't use any since Phil Harris left the show.
Oh, yes, Bob Crosby isn't a martini man. Continue, Rochester.
2 bottles of vanilla extract.
2 bottles of vanilla extract.
1 bottle of Lydia Pinkham.
1 bottle of Lydia Pinkham.
12 slices of white bread.
12 slices of white bread.
7 slices of whole wheat bread.
7 slices of whole wheat bread.
Oh, say, boss.
What is it, Rochester?
When we come to the toothpicks, let's just estimate.
Okay for the plain ones, but the colored ones will count. Now, let's finish this.
Yes, sir. 6 bottles of ketchup.
6 bottles of ketchup.
6 bottles of chili sauce.
6 bottles of chili sauce.
3 cans of Puss in Boots cat food.
3 cans of Puss in Boots cat food.
Boss, why have we got that?
I borrowed it from the Colemans.
But we haven't got a cat. Why did you borrow it?
Well, they were out of butter, and I didn't want to leave empty-handed. We'll use it someday. Continue.
1 sack of Idaho potatoes.
1 sack of Idaho. Rochester, answer the door. I'll finish the inventory.
Yes, sir.
Hello, Rochester.
Oh, hello, Miss Livingston. Welcome to Ralph's Supermarket.
What?
Come right in.
Oh, hello, Mary.
Hello, Jack. What are you doing up on that stool?
I'll be finished in a minute. I'm just putting some stuff back on the top shelf. Would you please hand me those 2 jars of caviar?
Oh, fine. Fish eggs from a frightened mackerel, and he calls it caviar.
Mary, why do you have to come over here?
Jack, look out! The stool! The cans are falling!
Ooh.
Jack, are you hurt?
No, I'm all right. What are you laughing at?
With those fish eggs in your ear, you look like you're going upstream to spawn.
Upstream to spawn, upstream to spawn. A man nearly killed himself, and you talk about romance. Now, I don't care. Answer that, will you, please?
Okay. Hello, Mr. Benny's residence.
Hey, Mary, how come you're answering the phone? You got new clause in your contract?
No, Bob. Jack would have answered it, but he can't. He's lying on the floor.
Oh, holy smoke, he's getting as bad as my musician.
It isn't that at all. He fell off a stool.
Oh, well, that's what the boys in the band do.
Look, Bob, it's kind of hard to explain, but he fell while checking some stuff in the pantry.
The pantry?
Yeah, he's making sure he's enough of everything for his big Thanksgiving dinner. You're coming, aren't you?
Oh, sure. I bought my ticket 2 weeks ago.
Oh, that was smart. There's no sense waiting till the last minute when the scalpers get hold of them. Just a minute, Bob. Let's talk to Jack. Jack, it's Bob Crosby.
I'll take it. Hello, Bob.
Say, Jack, I wonder if you could give me a couple of extra tickets to next week's broadcast.
Well, I might be able to scrape up 2. Who are they for?
Well, to tell you the truth, they're for Remley, but he was afraid to ask you.
Well, he should be after what happened last time. He gave that ticket to his girl, and she almost started a riot in the studio. Imagine her walking up and down the aisle doing a thing like that.
Oh, but that wasn't her fault, Jack. The band never should have played A Pretty Girl Is Like a Melody.
All right, but where did she get the balloon? Where did she get the balloon?
Where'd you get the pen?
Never mind. All right, Bob, I'll give you the tickets at rehearsal.
Thank you, Jack. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Bob always has to call me when I'm busy. Oh, Rochester.
What is it, boss?
I knocked over all these cans when I fell off the stool. Will you pick them up while I go on with the inventory?
Yes, sir.
Mary, will you please help me? I'll call off the items and you write them down.
Oh, sure, Jeff.
5 bottles of vinegar.
5 bottles of vinegar.
3 bottles of real lemon juice.
3 bottles of real lemon juice.
4,500 cans of Minute Maid orange juice.
4,500 cans of Minute Maid orange juice.
Wasn't that a wonderful guest spot I did on Bing's program? I had to give 500 cans to my agents, you know. Now, let's keep going, Mary. 1 leg of lamb.
1 leg of lamb.
2 packages of bacon.
2 packages of bacon.
1 side of beef.
Jack, that's me.
Oh, hello, Don.
Oh, Jack. Hi, Mary.
Hello, Don.
Jack, I know you're very busy, but I brought the Sportsman Quartet with me. They want to run over the commercial for the program.
That's nice. And by the way, Don, I hope I didn't forget to invite you and the Sportsman to Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh, no, you invited us. Jack, I feel awfully popular this year.
Popular?
Yeah, besides your invitation, I've been invited to Harry Von Zell's house, Dinah Shore's house, and Jimmy Wallington's house for Thanksgiving dinner, too.
Which one are you going to?
All of them.
Silly me. Well, Don, I'm really kind of busy getting things ready for my dinner.
Well, Jack, this commercial won't take very long, and it's in keeping with the Thanksgiving spirit.
Oh, well, then let's hear it.
All right. Take it, fellas.
I thank you, my darling. I offer thanks to you, dear. Thanks for all the lovely delight I found in your embrace. I'm thankful, though I know it's ending all too soon. And thanks for unforgettable nights I never can replace. And memories that linger like a haunting tune. It is better to have loved you, dear, and lost than never to have loved at all. It is better, for no matter what the cost, I held the world in sway, an emperor for a day. And thanks for all those luckies we shared, each puff a real delight. Now thanks to you, a lucky is the smoke I light. Quite a lucky, it's a fresher, smoother smoke that's made of fine tobacco too. Papa Lucky, you like Lucky's better taste, and there are no loose ends to ever annoy your friends. So thanks again for putting me wise to smoking paradise, for changing me to LSFC. My thanks, I really thank you. Thanks for all those good old lucky strikes.
That was great, Don. Very, very good.
Ah, thanks, Jack. Well, guess I better be getting on home.
Well, I'll walk to the door with you.
Okay.
Say, Don, I've been wanting to ask you something for a long time.
What is it, Jack?
Well, even though the Sportsmen have been with me 5 years now, I never did find out how they formed their group. Funny, I never asked you about that.
That's quite an interesting story, Jack. It started up in Las Vegas. You
Las
see.
Vegas?
Yeah. 2 of the boys were singing as a duet in the Flamingo, and 2 of them were singing as a duet at the Sahara.
Uh-huh.
And just by chance, they got together and formed a quartet.
Well, I'll be darned. 2 and 2. They made 4 the hard way, didn't they? Well, so long, Don. See you and the boys Thursday.
So long.
Well, I better go back and finish the inventory. Say, Mary.
Just a minute, Jack. Go ahead, Rochester.
12 cans of crushed pineapple.
12 cans of crushed pineapple.
19 cans of condensed milk.
19 cans of condensed milk.
2,456 cans.
Cans? Cans of what?
Just cans, Mr. Benny. Don't throw nothing away.
Certainly not. I pay them and hang them on Christmas trees. Now, Mary, I can finish this up with Rochester, so...
Shall I answer it, boss?
No, don't bother getting down from the stool. I'll answer. I had to get this inventory finished before we...
Oh, Mr. Benny, I just came over to ask you if you...
Oh, hello, Dennis.
Hello. Mr. Benny, I just come over to ask you if you...
How do you feel, kid?
Fine. Mr. Benny, I just come over to ask you if you...
Close the door, will you, Dennis?
Okay.
Now, Dennis, what did you... Dennis, how do you like that? He locked himself out. Oh, well, if you... Come in.
Oh, Mr. Benny, I just come over to ask you if it would be all right
Dennis,
with you
when
if
I told you to close the door, I meant you should come in first.
Oh.
Now, what did you want to ask me?
If I could use your phone, our house is on fire.
Now, Dennis, don't be silly. If your house is on fire, why would you come all the way to Beverly Hills to use the phone?
I want the firemen to think I'm a big shot.
Dennis, close the door, will you? Just my luck. This time he stayed on the inside. Now, look, kid, I'm busy, so don't bother me with all these silly things you make up. Come on, Mary, let's finish this inventory.
Okay.
Oh, is that what you're doing?
Yes.
I thought you were cleaning house like my mother did the other day.
I'm not cleaning house.
Boy, did she get rid of a lot of stuff. She threw some old curtains out of the living room, a broken rocking chair out of the bedroom, and she even took the moose head out of the shower.
Now, Mary, let's... Dennis, she took what out of the shower?
The moose head.
You're going to ignore that, eh, Mary?
I certainly am.
My father put it there, but my
Wait
mother...
a minute, Dennis. Wait a minute. Hold it a minute. I know I'll regret asking you this. But why would your father put a moose head in the shower?
The other end would look silly.
Well, that I can understand. Now, Dennis, besides your house being on fire and your father being in a shower with a moose, what else is new?
Well, I've been rehearsing my song all week. Would you like to hear it?
I'd love to. Anything. Go ahead.
Okay.
Hold it a minute, Dennis.
Yes, sir.
Hello? Hello, Mr. Benny. This is Mel Blanc.
Hello, Mel. What is it?
Mr. Benny, I've been on your program for 10 years now, and I ain't never complained before, but this time I got it.
What's the matter?
It's about the part you got me playing in Sunday's show. Some part, oh, brother.
Now, wait a minute, Mel. Sunday's program is about Thanksgiving, isn't it?
Yeah?
And what's the most important thing connected with Thanksgiving?
A turkey.
Well, that's the part you're playing.
Well, I don't like it. Always you make me an animal. Why can't I have a talking part and be a human being?
Look, Mel.
Sometimes you make me a rabbit.
A rabbit?
What's up, Doc?
Look, Mel.
Or a woodpecker?
Mel. Look, Mel. Mel, look, I'm busy.
Once you even cast me as an English horse.
An English horse? Mel, I'm sorry, just that you have to play the parts that are needed.
You may not realize it, Mr. Benny, but I'm pretty important to you.
Important?
Yeah, if it wasn't for me, you'd never get any place.
What are you talking about? I wouldn't get any place.
Every time you start that lousy Maxwell, I almost break a blood vessel going... That's all the things I do on a program. Now I want some talking parts. I'm a human being.
Now, look, Mel, either you stop this complaining or I'll let you go.
You wouldn't fire me.
All right. But Sunday you're playing a turkey, and that's final.
What made you so mad at Mel, Jack?
Oh, he's always complaining. I got a half a notion to fire him.
You better not. He's too important to the show.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Go ahead and sing, Dennis. Very good. Now, just sit down for a few minutes. I want to finish my inventory.
We've got it all listed, boss, and you've got plenty of everything for the Thanksgiving dinner.
Good. We won't have to do any shopping then.
How big a turkey did you get?
Turkey? I knew I forgot something.
You mean you forgot to buy the turkey?
Yeah, but there's still plenty of time.
Oh, don't wait till the last minute. You ought to go and get one right now.
Well, will you go with me, Mary?
Sure, let's go.
I'll stay here.
Good. Gee, Mary, we're having a break in the weather lately. It's such a lovely day, you know?
Yes, we usually do have good weather around Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Oh, Mary, look over there at those boys playing football.
Hey, Joey, take it to me now.
They're nice kids, Mary. They're in my Beverly Hills Beavers Club, you know. The bigger one is Stevie Kent. His folks live on the corner. Every time I go for a walk, I stop and talk with him. Hey, Stevie! Throw the ball over here!
Huh? Oh, Mr. Benny, here it comes. Look out! I think it's too high. You'll have to run for it. Faster! You better jump for it. Wow! What a catch!
Say, that was a good catch, Mary. How'd you do it?
I don't know, but you could buy me a new girdle for Christmas.
I will.
Say, Mr. Benny, you know you haven't been to a single meeting of the Beavers Club since the 1st of September.
I know, Stevie. It's unfortunate that you hold your meetings on Sunday afternoon because, you see, every Sunday I do a radio program and every third Sunday I do a television show.
Oh. Well, you know you get fined a nickel for every meeting you miss.
I know. I've been trying to get my broadcast changed. Well, we'll talk about it later. Come on, Mary. We better get down to the market. Gee, these supermarkets are so big, I always get lost in them.
Jack, there's the poultry department over there.
Oh, yes. Come on, Mary. Let's walk over to the counter and we'll,
Hello, Mr. Benny. Well, Mr. Kessler.
Mr. Kissel, what are you doing working in the poultry department?
Well, I got the job on account of my uncle.
Oh, he owns the market?
No, I owe him money.
Oh, well, look, Mr. Kitzel, I want to buy a turkey. Are they very expensive? You mean they're that high?
Come here a minute.
Huh?
Step closer. Do you know what turkeys are selling for today?
No.
Come a little closer.
Huh?
Lean over a little.
What?
63 cents a pound.
Well, why did you have to bring me over there?
I don't want the turkeys to get conceited.
Gee, 63 cents a pound. That's a lot of money for turkeys.
Say, they got to live too.
I suppose so. Say, Mary, look at those turkeys lying there, so cold and still. Just think, a few days ago they were happy, carefree, and gay. And now they're 63 cents. Now they're dead. Mr. Kitzel, how old were these turkeys when they were killed?
About 8 months.
Didn't even have a chance to live. I feel terrible.
You'd feel a lot worse if they were 73 cents a pound.
I suppose so. But I don't know, Mary, when I see that turkey lying there like that, I can't help but think of its mother. See how lonesome she must be.
Don't worry, that's all laying right next to him.
Oh.
Say, Jack, while you're getting the turkey, I better shop around and get some things for the stuffing.
I think I have everything at home, Mary.
What about cracker crumbs?
Plenty.
Stale bread?
2 loaves.
Oysters?
1 can.
Sage?
39.
What?
Oh, I thought you said age. Yes, we have everything.
Well, Mr. Benny, what's your pleasure if I can be so pleasant?
Well, I'd like to get a live turkey, about 25 pounds.
Live turkeys are over there, down by the end of the counter.
Oh, yes. I think I'll take that one on the right. It looks nice and plump.
Put on your glasses. That's my wife.
Oh, yes. Sorry.
I wish I could get 63 cents a pound for her.
What?
Nothing. I'm daydreaming.
Now, Mr. Kitzel, what would you suggest?
Well, if you want a nice live turkey, how's about this one over here?
Say, Jack, this one's nice and plump.
Oh, I've seen turkeys look plump, but they were all feathers. I'm going to feel this one myself. Hold still, turkey.
You and your cold hands.
Well, how much does this turkey weigh?
About 160 pounds.
I thought so. Why does this turkey weigh so much?
He's also an English horse.
Oh. Well, all right, Mr. Kitzel, we'll take this turkey. Come on, turkey. Come on, I'll take you home. Come on, Mary.
Jack, look out. The turkey's getting away.
Quick, Mary, try to grab him. He's running out in the street.
Jack, the car almost ran over the turkey and killed him.
I'm sure glad it didn't. Mel Blanc is too important to this program.
Yeah.
Come on, Mary, let's go home.
Jack will be back in just a minute.
Well, Rochester, the gang will be over this evening for Thanksgiving dinner. Is everything ready?
Yes, sir.
Then put the turkey in the oven.
But, boss.
Do as I say. Put the turkey in the oven.
But, boss.
Rochester, I'm telling you to put the turkey in the oven.
Now, wait a minute. This has gone far enough. After all, I'm a human being.
Oh, Mel, you spoiled the whole illusion. Good night, folks.
The Jack Benny program is written by Sam Perrin, Milt Josephsberg, George Balzer, John Tackerberry, Al Gordon, Al Goldman, and produced and transcribed by Hilliard Marks. Be sure to hear The American Way with Horace Height for Lucky Strike every Thursday over this same station. Consult your newspaper for the time. The Jack Benny program is brought to you by Lucky Strike, product of the American Tobacco Company, America's leading manufacturer of cigarettes.
Colgate Tooth Powder presents the Mel Blanc Show with Mary Jane Croft, Joe Kearns, Jerry Hausner, Hans Conried, Earl Ross, the Sportsman, Victor Miller and his orchestra, and starring the creator of the voice of Bugs Bunny.
What's up, Doc?
Yes, Colgate Tooth Powder for a breath that's sweet and teeth that sparkle brings you the Mel Blanc Show with Mel playing his new character, Zookie.
Hello, everybody. Hi.
Starring himself in person, Mel Blanc.
Hi, folks. Ugga, ugga, boo, ugga, boo, boo, ugga.
It's close to Thanksgiving, and in Mel Blanc's little town, courageous suitors are taking advantage of the holiday spirit to approach prospective fathers-in-law on a delicate subject. In one house where Sam Green has asked Mr. Brown if he may marry his daughter, Mr. Brown is saying,
Sam Green, I'm going to set the date next week.
And in another house where Henry Adams has asked Mr. Jones if he may marry his daughter, Mr. Jones is saying,
Henry Adams, I'm going to make you a junior partner in my firm.
And in the Colby house where Mel Blanc has asked Mr. Colby if he may marry his daughter Betty, Mr. Colby is saying,
Mel Blanc, I'm going to break every bone in your body.
Thanksgiving Eve, and in order to get in Mr. Colby's good graces again, Mel Blanc is holding a Thanksgiving party in his Fix-It shop. He has invited a few of his friends for Thanksgiving dinner. Right now, we find Mel and his girl Betty setting the table.
Knife, plate, fork. Knife, plate, fork. Knife, fork.
Mel, those were the last two plates. Now what'll you do?
Oh, don't worry. Knife, piece of plate, fork. Knife, piece of plate, fork. Gosh, what a beautiful table.
Yes, there's the celery stalks, stuffed olives, candied yams, cranberry sauce, all the fixings.
And in the center, that great big, beautiful 15-pound salami.
But, Mel, Father will be awfully mad. He's expecting turkey.
Oh, I took care of that. I scooped out the center of the salami and I stuffed it with chestnut dressing. And besides, Betty, what difference does it make? Salami or turkey? It's the spirit of Thanksgiving that counts.
But, Mel...
Anyway, the orphans' home needed the turkey much more than I did.
Oh, darling, I love you for giving the turkey to the orphans' home. You always were a softy for children.
Well, Betty, you know how I feel about us. Someday we'll get married and we'll have a little two-room house.
Yes. Then after a while, we'll add another room.
Betty, I refuse to have your father live with us.
Darling, I mean children. After we get married, there's no reason why we can't have 3, 4, or 5.
Yeah, and if we like them, the next year we'll have some more.
Well, if Dad gets mad at you for not having turkey, I'm going to tell him why.
Oh, that's another thing, Betty. I don't want you to tell your father anything. Don't tell anybody. I did it. I'm glad I did it, but I don't have to advertise it.
Ah, that's the nicest thing I ever heard, darling. For that, I'm going to give you a great big kiss. There. Well, now say something.
Such a kiss for a 15-pound turkey?
Yes.
Gosh, I wish it had been 50 pounds. Well, if it isn't our lodge secretary, Earl Ross. Hey, how you feeling, Brother Ross?
Ah, potato salad.
Oh, yeah, Betty made it. Say, why don't you try some?
Well, just a small plate. I don't want to spoil my appetite. Delicious. Pass the olives, Mel. No, not the green ones. The pits are green ones.
Say, why don't you have another sandwich?
No, thanks. I've already had 2.
You've already had 4, but who's counting? Go on, have another one.
Oh, here comes Father, Mel.
Say, who's that fellow with him?
Oh, that's Willie Murdoch. Father just hired him to manage the supermarket. He's rather nice.
Rather nice. Betty, have you gone out with him?
Well, Father insisted that I go to the movies with him last night.
You and Willie at the movies? Dark places? Betty, why didn't you tell me?
Well, darling, it's Thanksgiving, and I didn't want to upset you. Now, you be nice to him.
Hello, Mel. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, Mr. Colby.
Oh, Mel, I want you to meet my new manager, Willie Murdoch.
Hello, Mr. Murdoch.
Hello, Blank. Heard a lot about you from Mr. Colby. Don't want to get you down.
Willie, this is Mr. Ross, secretary of our Loyal Order of Benevolent Zebras. Mr. Ross is a very good friend of mine.
Oh, well, Mr. Colby, any good friend of yours is a good friend of mine. Pleased to meet you, Mr. Ross.
Pass your mustard.
This is a very nice fix-it shop you got here, Blank, but I've got a couple of ideas to improve it. First of all, it's too stuffy in here.
Well, it could use a little air conditioning.
Blank, you can't condition this air. You got to get rid of it. And next, you take down that picture of the city dump on the wall.
Murdoch, that's no picture. You're looking through the window.
Oh, well. Oh, I see Miss Colby is unattached. Better go over and attach myself. Get it?
Thanksgiving. Why couldn't the Pilgrim Fathers have landed on him?
Oh, it's Zookie. Hello, Zookie. Happy Thanksgiving.
Oh, hello, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. Merry Christmas.
Hello, Zookie.
Oh, hello,
Betty.
Thanks.
Say, how do you like my new dress, Zookie?
Oh, gosh, Betty, you're the most beautiful. You're the quintessence of lovely, and you're the acme of
Oh, by the way, Zookie, I got a letter from my cousin Dottie and a new picture of her. Here, look. Cousin Dottie is so shy and sweet and coy. What do you think of her bathing suit? Zookie, can I get you a little something before dinner? What would you like?
I'd like some potato here. I'd like some some candy there. Yeah. I'd like that picture of Dottie.
Say, Betty, did you know that Mel invited us here for Thanksgiving dinner and there's no turkey?
Well, you're right, Mr. Colby. Mel invited us for Thanksgiving dinner and there's no turkey.
Why, Thanksgiving isn't Thanksgiving without turkey.
That's exactly my thought, Mr. Colby. Thanksgiving isn't Thanksgiving without turkey.
Huh. This guy can easily be replaced with a sheet of carbon paper.
I tell you, this is preposterous. Zookie, where's Mel?
Oh, he went back to the kitchen.
Oh. Well, I want to talk to him. And Murdoch, Willie, you take care of Betty.
Oh, well, if you say so, Mr. Colby. Anything you say goes, Mr. Colby. I'm your boy, Mr. Colby. You know you can count on me, Mr. Colby.
Mel is in a jam again. I got to go and explain everything to you. I got to go and warn you. I got to go and tip him. I got to go.
just right. Use it each morning and use it each night. Don't take a chance with your romance. Use Colgate tooth powder.
No dates for you this festive season? Could a breath of trouble be the reason? Maybe, because that breath of trouble, I mean unpleasing breath, has brought unhappiness to thousands. Don't let it mark you down. Just do this. Brush your teeth night and morning and before every date with Colgate tooth powder. For Colgate tooth powder cleans your breath as it cleans your teeth. For Colgate tooth powder cleans your breath as it cleans your teeth. Yes, scientific tests have definitely proved that in 7 cases out of 10, Colgate tooth powder instantly stops unpleasing breath that originates in the mouth. What's more, no dentifrice at any price cleans your teeth more quickly and thoroughly than Colgate tooth powder. Remember to buy it first thing, and remember the name, Colgate tooth powder with the accent on powder.
Don't take a chance with your romance. Use Colgate tooth powder.
Now, Victor Miller, the sportsman, and their holiday arrangement of Good Night, Ladies.
Good night, ladies. Good night, ladies. Good night, ladies. We're gonna leave you now. Merrily we roll along, roll along, roll along. Merrily we roll along o'er the deep blue sea, o'er the deep blue sea. Farewell, ladies.
Goodbye.
So long.
Good night.
Farewell, ladies.
Goodbye.
So long.
Good night.
Farewell, ladies. For we're gonna leave you now. Merrily, merrily we roll along. Merrily, merrily we roll along. Merrily, merrily we roll along o'er the deep blue sea. Merrily we roll along, roll along, roll along. Merrily we roll along o'er the deep blue. Merrily we roll along, roll along, roll along. Merrily we roll along o'er the deep. Merrily we roll along, roll along, roll along. Merrily we roll along o'er the. Merrily we roll along, roll along, roll along. Merrily we roll along o'er the deep, deep blue sea.
Well, Mel Blanc is giving a Thanksgiving party in his fix-it shop to get in the good graces of his girl's father, Mr. Colby. But so far, everything is going wrong. Mr. Colby is mad because there's no turkey. Willie Murdoch, the new supermarket manager, is making a play for Mel's girl. Right now, the party is in full swing, but we find Mel disconsolately talking to Betty's kid brother, Tommy, in a corner of the shop.
Boy, is my dad sore at you, Mel.
Yeah, Tommy, and I gave this party just to make an impression on him. What can I do to please your father?
Mel, I know something you can do that'll surely please him.
You do? What is it?
No, you're too young to die. Oh, anyway, my papa's mad at you for having salami instead of a turkey at this party.
Yeah, I know.
Mel, why don't you tell my pop you gave the turkey to the orphans' home?
Now, you keep out of this, Tommy. The reason I'm not saying anything is because this year your father forgot to give them a turkey himself. And if I said anything about it, it would only embarrass him.
Oh.
Oh, Mel, here comes our large president, Mr. Cushing.
Good, I'll go over and welcome him.
Holiday greetings, Brother Blank. Ugga-boo-boo-aga.
Greetings, mighty potentate. Ugga-boo, ugga-boo-boo-aga. How are things?
Wonderful. Happiest Thanksgiving I ever had.
Well, where's the wife?
Home in bed with laryngitis. Happiest Thanksgiving I ever had.
Gee, that's too bad. How's she feeling?
Darn that penicillin.
Say, how did you get laryngitis?
Well, Mel, we went to the UCLA-USC football game. Little woman went completely berserk, kept screaming her head off.
She did?
Yeah, with the first opportunity she ever had to yell at 22 men all at once.
You mean now she can't talk at all?
Not a word. She just lies there in bed and hisses.
Empty the garbage pail, shake out the carpet sweeper, clean up the kitchen.
I wish she wouldn't tell me what to do.
I have my own system for doing the housework. Gosh, Mr. Cushing, it must be tough living with your wife.
Mel, if you only knew. Last night we went out and she said, "Look at me, John, I'm dressed up to kill." Gad, what a temptation. I tell you, Mel, I'd leave that woman in a minute if she didn't have all that money. I don't know why I'm standing here telling you all this. It's just that I don't know in the doctor.
Oh, cheer up, Mr. Cushing. When you get your wife a Christmas present, everything will be okay.
Well, she's already hinted about a present. She wants some beauty aid. Ha!
Now, Mr. Cushing, after all, beauty is only skin deep.
Mel, she's already been peeled. The nerve of that woman. She asked me for a beauty makeup kit.
Well, what are you going to get her?
With her face, a box of Dr. Scholl's foot pads. Nothing help that woman, Mel.
Well, I have to let you in for another disappointment, mighty potentate.
Huh?
I haven't any turkey.
What a relief.
You're happy not to see a turkey?
Mel, are you forgetting? I've been looking at my wife all day. Well, on to the party. Oh, I see Brother Colby here. Greetings, Brother Colby. Ugga-boo, ugga-boo-boo, ugga.
Greetings, mighty potentate. Ugga-boo, ugga-boo-boo, ugga.
And there's Brother Ross. Greetings, Brother Ross. Ugga-boo, ugga-boo-boo, ugga.
Ugga-boo, ugga-boo, pass us all, ugga.
And little Tommy. Ugga-boo, ugga.
All right, Mr. Cushing, all right.
Well, I'm sorry. Sort of run away with Muggaboos, huh?
All right, come on, everybody. Let's all have fun. Does anybody want to hear me impersonate Charles Boyer? All right, I'll sing a song.
Anybody hear the story about the cop in Brooklyn?
Shall I sing now?
You've never heard this story before.
Is it about the cop finding the dead horse on Kosciuszko Avenue?
Uh-huh.
And he can't say Kosciuszko, so he moves the horse to Main Street? Shall I sing now?
No! I'll tell another one, and I know you don't know this story. A fellow was having soup in a restaurant, and he called over the head waiter. "See here, sir," he exclaimed. "There's a fly in this soup." And what do you think the head waiter said?
Did he say, "What do you want for a dime, an elephant?"
Yes, and I wish you'd drop dead. I'll try one more story now.
All right, everybody quiet now. Mr. Colby's going to try one more story. Go ahead, Mr. Colby. Everybody keep quiet.
Thanks, Murdoch, thanks. Well, it seems a man in a restaurant called the waitress over and said, "My cocoa is cold." "Well," replied the waitress, "if your cocoa is cold, put your hat on it."
Oh, very funny. Very, very funny. Shall I sing now, Mr. Colby?
I've had enough from you, Mel Blanc. You've ruined my entire evening.
His entire evening.
Father, let's...
And you've got a nerve inviting people to a Thanksgiving party and not even having any turkey.
Yeah, not having any turkey.
But, Father...
Hey, when do we eat? I'm starved.
That's a good idea. Come on, Father, let's eat.
Oh, all right.
Okay, everybody, sit down now.
There's a fine Thanksgiving. This food looks wonderful. No home cooking.
Well, everybody seated?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. I'll carve the salami. Who wants a leg?
I do.
I do.
Everybody wants a leg. I should have gotten an octopus.
I'd rather have turkey.
Colby, will you stop? Everyone knows salami is much safer than turkey.
Safer?
Yes, no bones.
Oh.
Well, Tommy, what part do you want?
I want the part that goes over the counter last.
And how about you, Brother Ross?
Well, I don't know. I'm losing my appetite. Just give me the dark meat.
The salami is all dark meat.
That's what I said. Just give me the dark meat.
Oh, Murdoch? What part do you want? I always let Mr. Colby choose first. All right, Mr. Colby, what part would you like?
Oh, this has gone too far. I refuse to sit here and be made a fool of.
Oh, but Mr. Colby...
Well, this can't go on any longer. I'm going to tell Father.
Betty, please.
Huh? Tell me why.
Why we haven't any turkey tonight.
Oh, come in.
Is Mr. Blank here?
I'm Mel Blanc, little boy.
Mr. Blank, I'm from the orphan's home. I brought you a piece of your turkey.
You did?
Yes. It tasted so good, all the boys wanted you to have some. They wanted me to tell you how much they appreciated you remembering them on Thanksgiving Day.
Gee, thanks.
They also asked me to give a message from all the boys at the home. Do you mind if I give it?
No, go ahead.
2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? Mel Blanc, hooray!
Thanks a lot.
So long, Mr. Blank.
So long.
Gee, wasn't that sweet?
Mel, you gave your turkey to the orphanage? Oh, why didn't you tell us about it?
Well, you're right again, Mr. Colby. Mel Blanc, why didn't you tell...
Shut up!
Well, Mel, he didn't want to tell you because you forgot to give your turkey this year.
What? Why, I always give a turkey to the orphanage. In fact, I told Willie Murdoch to... Murdoch, didn't you deliver that?
Mr. Colby, it slipped my mind.
Oh, it did. Murdoch, come here. I'm going to break every bone in your body.
Quiet, everybody. Mr. Colby's going to break every bone in his body. Gee, it sounds good on somebody else. Oh, forget it, Mr. Colby. It's Thanksgiving. Let's forgive.
Yes, you're right, Mel.
Yeah, let's forgive and let's eat.
All right, here. Sit next to me, Mel, my son.
Thanks, Pop.
Nothing like the smell of salami on Thanksgiving.
You see, Betty, it's like I said. What difference does it make, salami or turkey? It's the spirit of Thanksgiving that counts. This is Mel Blanc saying Happy Thanksgiving, and that's all, folks.
Bud Houston reminding you that Colgate Tooth Powder for breath is sweet and teeth is sparkle brings you the Mel Blanc Show every Tuesday at this time. Be sure and join us again next Tuesday night for more fun with Mel and the people you'll meet in Mel Blanc's Fix-It Shop.
Say hello to Halo Shampoo for naturally bright and beautiful hair. Remember, even finest soaps and soap shampoos hide the natural luster of your hair with dulling soap film. But Halo Shampoo contains no soap, therefore leaves no dulling soap film. Even in hardest water, Halo makes oceans of rich, fragrant lather, quickly banishes loose dandruff and dirt. Halo needs no lemon or vinegar rinse. Say hello to Halo and goodbye to dulling soap film. Get Halo Shampoo at any cosmetic counter.
Remember, Mel Blanc every Tuesday night at this time. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
Let's talk turkey to Japan. Radio station KPO, in connection with NBC's War Bond Day, brings you a special program. Thank you, America. With George Mardikian, Rudy Valley, Tony Freeman, and the KPO Orchestra. Thanksgiving Day, set aside in colonial days as a day of giving thanks for the blessings of freedom. To most American youngsters, Thanksgiving has always meant Turkey Day. And today, when those same youngsters are fighting on far-flung battlefronts to preserve that freedom, how better can we show our Thanksgiving than by enlisting our dollars to talk turkey to Japan? In this program, transcribed yesterday for presentation this morning, we bring you two fellow Americans, one native-born, the other a man who dates his real birth from the year 1922, when he first beheld the Statue of Liberty after fleeing from a land oppressed and enslaved. These two friends, Rudy Valley and George Mardikian, have just come to our studios from the annual Thanksgiving dinner for war-wounded servicemen held at Omar Khayyam's restaurant here in San Francisco. Ladies and gentlemen, we present a man who really knows how to talk turkey and to serve it, too. George Mardikian, world-famous chef, great humanitarian, and great American.
Who has more reasons to thank America than an Armenian who has come to this land exactly 22 years ago without the knowledge of English and without any money? Here in that 22 years' time, I have been able to accomplish something that I'm very proud of. Not because the big amount of money that I have been able to make, but the amount of friends, the kindness that I have seen that the Americans have shown to me. There is nothing in the world that has given me a greater pride than the fact that you, the people of America, have given me the right to call myself also an American. That is something that is far more than any amount of money that I have been able to make. And that is the reason that I feel that every one of us, whether born in this country or born on the other side, who call himself an American, must feel that we have reasons. We have and we must thank America for being so wonderful to us, for giving to the world a land such as ours, this beautiful country of ours. Ladies and gentlemen, I can go on and telling you all about the wonderful things that this country of ours has to offer to people from every walk of life. But I'm not going to, because I have a very important and very dear friend of mine whom I want you to meet. A man who has done so much by uplifting others, giving them the opportunities that they have deserved. And that man is none other than one of the great personalities of America. He is not only a great man on the radio and a great man on the screen or stage, but he's a great person with a great heart. That man, ladies and gentlemen, is my very cherished friend, Rudy Valley, who came all the way from Hollywood to entertain our wounded boys. And I take pleasure in introducing to you my very dear friend, Rudy Valley.
George, I wish my reasons for gratitude to America were as unselfish and altruistic as yours. I'm afraid they're a little more personal. From Maine and Vermont, my youthful birthplaces and place of living, I got my good health and all the things that a boy gets in his youth. And from New York and radio in 1927, when I found radio ready for apparently the simple formula that I had to offer it, came a fame and a glory that has lasted for a great many years and for which I'm deeply grateful. I'm afraid all I can say that I gave in return is at least to tickle the risibilities and the funny bones of radio listeners, to bring them maybe a bit of dramatic and music and human warmth through the air, and if I have done that, I'm deeply grateful to America for giving me the fame and fortune that have been mine.
Well, Rudy, if you only know how much joy you have given to all of America, and the joy that you gave this afternoon to over 225 of our wonderful youth, wounded boys, that was the greatest thing anybody wants to accomplish, and you have done so. I'm proud to call you my friend. Now, I tell you, Rudy, you have been an inspiration to me, and one of those inspirations has been the cause that just recently, about 2 weeks ago, I gave a donation of $10,000 to the Armenian Relief Corps. Now, this is very funny that an American citizen should give $10,000 to an Armenian organization. I'll tell you the reasons why I gave that. With the specific understanding that Armenian Relief Corps would invest that $10,000 into war bonds, because I feel that my country needs that money, and that must be used for the purchase of war bonds.
In Armenia?
In Armenia. And those war bonds will bring in at least $250 every year as an interest. And that interest should be applied as a scholarship for the best student in the college in Lebanon, the Armenian Junior College, where that boy, this is a specific understanding with the Relief Corps and myself, that boy must learn English while he's studying his work in the school. And then when he graduates with that scholarship, I will bring that boy to America with all his expenses paid, and I will stand all his expenses amounting to $1,500 a year for one pure purpose, that man must learn Americana. He must learn our ways, how this country was built and how wonderful this land is. And after he graduates from one of our colleges here in America, he must return back where he came from. By that, I feel that he will go back to his native land, and he will tell people what a wonderful country this is to live in, and what a wonderful democracy this is to be in. And that is my objective. And that's the way I feel that someday I hope that every other person that are in my position should do their utmost to give their birthplace, students from their birthplace, to bring them to America and show them our American way and sending them back. I feel that way we will be able to do something nice that is worthwhile. Now, Rudy, I can go on talking all the time, but will you please give me your idea? What did you think of our boys this afternoon?
It's the old tried phrase, but it's the honest one that I can use at this moment, that the boys thrilled me as I hope we pleased them, and it was a wonderful sight, something I'll never forget, George.
Well, Rudy, you were so wonderful, and it's such a great satisfaction to see those boys of ours who have given everything to enjoy themselves. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart.
It was my privilege, George.
For doing that. I tell you, there are so many reasons to be thankful for, and one of the most important reasons is that when I first came to America, I'll never forget the first time I read those words graven in the lasting marble on the base of the Statue of Liberty. Those words are graven in my heart. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free, the wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless, tempest toast to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door.
Yes, give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. Words of hope to the oppressed the world over. Words expressing the spirit of America, land of freedom. Earlier in this program, my good friend George Mardikian told you what those words mean to a man coming to this country from a foreign shore. He has told you what they mean to him as an American. And at the annual Thanksgiving dinner at Omar Khayyam's restaurant, I couldn't help thinking of the debt we owe to our fellow Americans who are fighting to keep that spirit of America burning. Fighting so that for all time that noble lady in stone in New York Harbor may raise her lamp beside the golden door. Someday soon, we hope our soldiers now in Europe will be sailing into that harbor. They will see the Statue of Liberty in the early morning mists, and grim fighting men though they are, there'll be many a tear on their rugged faces. But, friends, we all know that this war will not be over until every American fighting man can lay down his arms and come home. And we all know that that can't. Jap soldiers defeated. The one sure way of crushing the Japs is to give our men the ships and guns, tanks and planes they must have for total victory. And that's where you come in, right now. America's 6th war loan drive is on, as if you didn't know. The war bonds you buy now will help crush the Japs, will help break the Sieg Street line, will bring our fighting men home sooner. Is there anything to prevent you from buying at least one extra $100 war bond? For $75 invested, back come $100 at maturity, without the worry, the sleepless nights, the grief, the attendant miseries that attend most investments. No shrinkage. It's always there when you need it. Someday when you need it most badly. $100 back for every 75 put in. Right now, today, Turkey Day. Let's talk turkey to Japan. radio station KPO, in connection with NBC's War Bond Day, has brought you by transcription a special program, Thank You, America, with George Mardikian, Rudy Valley, and Tony Freeman at the KPO Orchestra. Thank You, America came to you from San Francisco's Radio City.
McGee, what is that book you've had your nose in all evening?
It's an atlas, Molly. I always like to keep brushed up on where things are.
Is that the old one you had in high school that still shows Oklahoma as the Indian Territory?
No, this is the one I bought at the door from that clean-cut young fellow who was working his way through something. You know, Molly, leaping through an atlas makes a fellow wonder how different his life might have turned out if he'd lived someplace else.
Well, if you'd have been born in the Amazon jungle, you'd probably be more proficient with a blowgun.
No, that's not what I mean. I mean, if I'd have gotten out of this little town when I was still a young fellow, I bet I'd have really made my mark in the world.
No, I don't know, dearie. I've always liked Wistful Vista. It's nice and quiet.
Yeah, that's the trouble. It's too dad-dreaded quiet for a go-getter like me. I should have gone to some part of the country that was really booming, like Texas. Well, I bet I'd be a big oil tycoon by now if I'd have gone to Texas a few years ago. Yes, sir, a big oil tycoon.
Well, what happened at the office today, Tex? Anything of importance?
No, not much. Fellow's trying to sell me the state of Nebraska, but I don't know. Already got South Dakota. It only brings me in a couple of billion a year.
I heard on the radio where they hit a big gusher today in West Texas. Was that one of your wells, Tex?
If it's in West Texas, it's mine, Texana. I own the whole thing. Gee whiz, this mink carpet's getting really seedy looking, you know what? I wonder if ermine would wear any better.
I really prefer the mink, Tex. It goes better with our chinchilla drapes.
Yeah, I got ermine seat covers in the car, and they wear like iron.
Incidentally, Tex, wasn't that a different car you drove home in this evening?
Yeah, bought it this afternoon. I decided I need a blue one to match my tie.
What happened to that nice yellow limousine you bought last week?
Oh, I sold that to a junk dealer. The windshield got dirty.
Heavenly days. With all the new cars you buy, it'll be cheaper for you to own an auto factory.
Come to think of it, seem to remember I do own one. Remind me to check on that in the morning.
Tex, you've got so many holdings you can't keep track of them anymore, and the house is just filled with money. You can't even move around upstairs.
Well, I don't know where else to put it, Texana. I filled up the bank, and they won't take any more. Maybe you can sell some of it as old waste paper.
Sell money as old waste paper? That doesn't seem very practical.
Well, you got to get rid of it some way. It's against the law to burn it. I guess this is just one of the problems you got to cope with when you're a big tycoon like me. You know, Texana, sometimes I wished I was just a billionaire again. Ah, them was the good old days.
And so that's what you think life would have been like if you'd have moved to Texas, is it, McGee? McGee, what are you rooting around under the couch for?
That's the dad-ratted luck. A penny fell out of my pocket and rolled under here someplace. I got to find it. Money don't grow in trees, you know. South.
McGee, you can get more absorbed reading an atlas than most people can with a good novel.
Well, I like to dream about faraway, exotic places that I've never been to, Molly. Like South Bend. You know, it's funny how a fellow could live in Peoria for years and never get to South Bend. I wonder what strange customs are practiced there in the native bazaars.
My cousin Gerhardt used to live there.
Oh?
He worked in a garbage can factory.
I wish I'd have traveled more when I was young, Molly. If I'd have settled someplace besides Wistful Vista, I bet I'd be rich and famous by now. Yeah, supposing I'd gone to New York 30, 40 years ago. I'd probably be one of them big advertising agency men today. Gee, I can almost see myself now, sitting at a big desk in a swanky office.
Did you buzz for me, Mr. McGee?
Sis, I got so many buzzers on my desk, I'm not sure who I buzzed for. I guess it was you. You're new here, aren't you?
No, sir. I've worked here 9 years. But you never buzzed me before.
Well, you got to be around a while before you get a buzz out of me. Get your pad and paper ready. I'm going to start thinking off the top of my head about the Gumble Birdback water account.
They're buying 7 to 10 p.m. Saturday on all 3 television networks, aren't they?
Yes. It's a $6 billion account. Sold it at lunch yesterday. Now I've got to think up a singing commercial for them. You know, something with smalls.
Oh, you're a genius at that, Mr. McGee. People are still talking about the commercial you did for Mother Muldoon's instant sow belly. It changed the eating habits of the nation.
Wait a minute. I got it. Give me Gumbel's bird bath water, bird bath water, bird bath water. Oh, give me Gumbel's bird bath water. It's strictly for the birds.
Bravo, Mr. McGee.
You don't think it's too hokey, do you?
Not at all, sir. It captures the mood.
Well, it's just an idea. I'll have to mother hen it for a while.
Why don't you drop it down the well and see how big a splash it'll make?
I think I'll throw it in the middle of the floor and take some time to walk around it.
Well, I'm sure the people at Gumbel's will like it. It comes right out of left field and throws the viewer out at home.
I still got to get a new motto for that client. Their motto now is highest in quality, lowest in price. Obviously, that's not going to sell bird bath water.
No, sir. It doesn't stay with you. It's not catchy.
How about America bathes in Gumbel's bird bath water?
Pretty hokey, don't you think?
Yeah, I guess it is. Maybe better things for better living through Gumbel's bird bath water. How about that?
It doesn't make me tingle. How about you?
A little, not much. Maybe just something simple with dignity would be better. Something like, among 5 New York veterinarians who know, it's Gumbel's 2-to-1.
How could it be 2-to-1 among 5 veterinarians? It doesn't come out even.
Those little details I'll let the copywriters figure out. But the basic idea is sound. Now send out for a cheese sandwich and a thermos of martinis, will you? I'm starved.
Well, I don't know whether you would have made an advertising executive or not, McGee. You don't have the Ivy League look. Your wardrobe leans more toward the 3I League.
Believe me, Molly, I would have made a great advertising man. All you got to know how to do is say nothing in a lot of different ways, and I've been doing that for years. You know, Molly, leaping through an atlas like this sure makes a fellow stop and wonder. There are just thousands and thousands of towns in the world. My life sure would have been different if I'd settled down someplace besides Wistful Vista.
I don't think we could have been happier anyplace, McGee.
Oh, I suppose not, but with my talent, I sure could have been a lot more successful in my day. Just imagine the didos I could have did if I'd have gone to Hollywood a few years back, for instance. Well, I bet I'd be a big movie producer by now. I'd have cut quite a figure, too, in my beret and camel's hair coat. I can almost see me now.
Quiet on the set, everyone. Quiet on the set. Mr. McGee is here.
Dadgrat it is quiet on the set, except for you. Now, we're shooting a big scene here with our new child star. Where's the kid, anyway?
Hi, mister.
Oh, there you are, little girl. I didn't hear you come sneaking through the scaffolding of our snappy sound stage.
Well,
I said I didn't hear you come in. Now, as you know, sis, we're making a musical comedy out of the 3 Bears here. I suppose you've looked over the script.
I sure have, I betcha.
What do you think of it?
I don't know, mister. I can't read.
Well, it's a pretty stupendous story, sis. In fact, it's pretty close to being Titanic. I wrote it myself.
Gosh, I betcha.
Now, in the opening scene, Goldilocks is lost in the big dark forest. She's plenty scared, and tears are streaming down her little face. You got that?
Got what?
Have you got the picture?
I thought the picture hadn't been made yet.
Dadgrat it, the picture hasn't been made yet.
Then I haven't got it, I betcha.
Look, sis, let me start over. There's these 3 bears. We've got Basil Rathbone for the Papa Bear, Zsa Zsa Gabor for the Mama Bear, and Mickey Rooney for the Baby Bear. Plus, of course, a star-studded cast of thousands.
Gee.
I thought you'd be impressed. Now, these 3 bears have been out in the forest, and they come sashaying home and find that somebody's ate their porridge. Who do you suppose did it, sis?
I guess the butler did it. The butler always does it, I betcha.
No, the butler didn't do it. Goldilocks did it.
Did what?
Ate the porridge.
Hmm?
Ate the porridge.
Goldilocks did it.
Sure. Well, at least you got that part of it down, Pat. But how can I shoot the scene if you haven't learned the script? What kind of a movie star are you, anyhow?
I'm not a movie star at all, I betcha. I'm the studio janitor's little girl.
Yeah, Molly, I would have made a great movie producer if I'd just gone to Hollywood when I was younger. Of course, it wouldn't have been easy. You got to be able to blow your own horn and make yourself sound a lot more important than you really are and exaggerate and everything. And that's just not my nature. But I guess I could have learned the technique.
Heavenly days, McGee. You've had your nose buried in that atlas all evening. How could a bunch of maps be that interesting?
No, I just look at one of these maps and then let myself go on flights of fancy, Molly. I just can't help thinking how different my life would have been if I'd lived in the North Woods or along the New England coast or some such place like that there.
Yeah. I suppose that where you live does have a lot to do with the kind of life you lead.
I figure an athletic outdoors man like me never should have settled in Whistle Vista anyhow. Wyoming. That's where I should have gone. I'd have made the greatest Western marshal since Wilmont Earp. I can see me now, bronzed and sitting tall in the saddle.
I wish you'd have never taken the marshal's job, Slim, especially with Dirty Hogan back in town.
Oh, there ain't no reason to race your motor, Clementine. Hogan won't be starting no trouble in Rattlesnake Butte as long as I'm here. I can outride him, outdraw him, and outsmart him. I'm also a bigger coward than he is.
The girls in the sewing circle say that Hogan's come to town to get married.
Well, he's going to rope and brand himself a little heifer, is he?
No, he's going to get married.
Dad ratted, I know he's going to get married. That roping and branding business is just a colorful Western expression I was throwing around.
You are colorful, Slim. I can't deny that.
You bet your life I am, Clementine. I'm the most colorful marshal since Marshall Field.
Somebody's at the door. Should I get it?
No, I'll get it. I'm expecting somebody.
Did you get him?
Right between the eyes.
Who was it?
The mailman.
Slim, that's the third mailman you shot this week. The postmaster told me that Blue Cross won't even write a policy on the men assigned to this route anymore.
Well, Dad ratted it's them dark blue uniforms they wear. They dress just like bad guys. So naturally I shoot first and take a good look later.
I suppose I should be proud of you, Slim. It takes a brave man to shoot a postman.
You're darn right it does. And this one was carrying an umbrella. They can hurt you pretty bad with one of them things.
And to think you shot him without blinking an eye. You're my hero, Slim.
Yes, Sir Molly, a man like me that knows no fear could have made quite a mark for himself in the Old West.
Well, there aren't any bad guys to chase around here, dearie. But the Toops' dog is digging in our rose bushes again.
Oh?
That should give you something worthwhile to chase.
Not on your life, kiddo. I'm not going out in the yard while that dog's there.
But it's only a Pekingese.
It's got sharp teeth. Here's the broom. You go chase it. I'm going upstairs and practice my fearlessness up there. You know, Molly, leafing through an atlas like this sure brings back a lot of old memories. You take these towns in Wisconsin, Sheboygan, Oshkosh, Oconomowoc, and Green Bay. You know, me and my old pal Fred Nittany from Starved Rock, Illinois, we went all them places together way back in 1920, not 21.
In vaudeville?
No, we went in Fred's Upmobile. It was a big touring car, and we had all our luggage strapped on the back. We hit Prairie du Chien up here, and then Wausau and Eau Claire. You know, Molly, I often wonder what my life would have been like if I'd have settled down in one of them towns instead of coming to Wistful Vista.
Oh, I don't know. I think people are pretty much the same wherever you go, dearie.
No, I disagree, Molly. I had an offer in 1916 to go to Chicago and take a job. And believe me, things would have been a lot different if I'd have done it.
I suppose so.
Yep.
The Windy City would have been a lot more windy with you there, for one thing.
Well, I was thinking about the gangsters they had up there during Prohibition. I might well have made millions as the Lord of the Chicago Underworld. Gee, I can see me now, in my pearl gray Homburg and my camel's hair coat.
Here's the protection money from the children's lemonade stands on the north side, Snake. It comes to 83 cents.
Dad ratted Bubbles, can't we shake them kids down for any more than that? Maybe if we roughed a couple of them up or throw a bomb into one of their stands.
Snake, there just isn't any big money in lemonade. In fact, I'm surprised that the Lord of the Underworld like you would even bother with this racket.
Well, lemonade stands are seasonal, Bubbles. I got to have something to take up the slack when I stop shaking down kids who shovel off snow in the wintertime.
Well, you didn't make any money off that snow shoveling operation either, Snake. Why don't you get into some of the big-time rackets like liquor or hot cars? That's where the big money is.
Oh, I couldn't do anything like that, Bubbles. I always promised my mother I'd be clean and upright.
Well, there's nothing very clean and upright about shaking down small children.
Sure there is. They don't shoot back. By the way, Bubbles, did you get that gravy stain off my bulletproof vest?
Yes, it's in the hall closet.
Good, I'm going to be needing that. I got a big job coming up.
Really, Snake? What's the caper?
Bubbles, I'm going right up to the headquarters of the Capone gang. I hear they keep $250,000 in cash lying around there. I'll catch them off guard, crack the safe, and pick up the whole swag. If any of them rats give me any trouble, they'll find themselves in the bottom of the Calumet River wearing cement overcoats.
Oh, Snake, what a daring plot. When are you leaving?
Right away, kiddo. I got to catch the 928 streetcar. Or I'll have to wait until almost 10 o'clock.
Heavenly days, Snake. You mean you're not going to take the getaway car on a big job like this?
Bubbles, you know I haven't got any driver's license. Think what they'd do to me if I got caught.
Well, I don't know, McGee. I somehow think you're too kind-hearted to be a gangster.
Yeah, maybe you're right, Molly. Besides, now that I think of it, most of those big-time mobsters either got shot or went to jail. And either of those things puts quite a blemish on your record as a community leader.
From America, greetings on Thanksgiving Day, 1944.
This is Lionel Barrymore, men, your old collection of hash marks. And they've put me here at the head of this Thanksgiving table to dish out the entertainment victuals to you fellas overseas. By way of an appetizer, Percy Faith and the orchestra are offering a medley of tunes as American as a hot dog and a ham sandwich on rye. Music from America, north, east, south, and west. all the folks around the table for Thanksgiving. And we are mighty pleased this particular member timed a trip abroad so she'd be back with us today. Dinah Shaw.
How sweet you are, how dear your tenderly smiling face. Through days of bitter and gray and grim, through nights when even the stars are dim, how sweet to know my heart can glow from just the warmth of our first embrace. The world's a lovelier world by far. When I remember how sweet you
Thanks, and hi there, everybody. This is Dinah. And this being Thanksgiving, Wally Brown has turned host and invited us over to his house for Thanksgiving dinner.
Well, thank heaven. It was beginning to look like Eatless Thursday. Let's go. Come
Well, I guess this is the house.
Well, Dinah Shaw.
Well, Wally Brown.
Oh, gee, Dinah, I'm glad you were able to make it. What did you do, bring your own turkey?
Turkey? Wally, that's Harry Bonzell.
Just a minute here. I do not look like a turkey. Or do I?
Well, not a live one. Well, come on in. Come on in. Make yourselves at home.
Gee, you got a nice place here, Wally. You were lucky to find a house like this with a swimming pool and all.
Oh, it isn't bad. All except the front walk.
What's wrong with the front walk?
Every time I come home at night, I bump into those gasoline pumps. I mean, you...
Oh. You see, I told you, Dinah, that wasn't the swimming pool we passed. That was the grease pit.
Come on, here. Let me hang your things up.
Oh, brother, look at the moths in that closet.
Oh, Harry, where's your holiday spirit? After all, it's Thanksgiving for moths, too.
Sure. What can a moth eat? Just a stuffed cuff on the blue fleet?
Well, now, look, you fellas, can't we talk later? I'm hungry.
Harry, where are your manners? Don't be so impatient.
Well, I'm not impatient.
Then stop chasing that moth.
Well, let's get started. Dinah, you sit over here,
Okay.
and Harry, you sit over in that high chair.
Oh, thank you. Wait, a high chair? Wait a minute, this thing is a trap. I won't be able to get at the food.
I think of everything, don't I? Well, how do you like it? Look at that turkey. He was raised strictly on corn.
Yes. And around here he had plenty to eat, too.
Oh, okay, kids. Pass your plates. Harry, leave your teeth alone.
No, he didn't.
Wrong plate.
Hey, butter! Look, it's got butter! Butter, it's got wonderful stuff.
Harry, it goes on the bread. You don't spread it all over town.
I haven't had, excuse me. Yeah. Wally, please, just a moment. It happens that that's my elbow you're dunking in the gravy there.
Well, anything with meat on it these days. Tell you what I'll do. I'll give you 4 points for it.
I'll take it.
Okay, kids. What do you have?
I'll have some white meat.
There you are. Harry, what part would you like?
Well, what's the difference? I know what part I'll get.
Oh, well, this is a pretty good dinner. if I have to say so myself. And I guess I'll have to say so myself. This is a pretty good dinner. Oh, Thanksgiving. Strange how it all started, isn't it?
Tell us a Thanksgiving story, Wally.
Oh, but that's done it. An after-dinner storyteller. You probably will do card tricks, too.
You talked me into it. Well, it started way back in the... There was a boatload of pilgrims. They left from the... they landed at a... They were poor. They didn't have any... They were on the rocks. There were hundreds of them. They were all trying to... But there wasn't enough room. I mean... How could they all fit into one Plymouth?
Wally, who was at the head of this party?
Oh, this really wasn't a party, Dinah. It was very serious. Everybody worked. There was one fellow worked like a... His name was John Smith. The one and only John Smith, but he branched out. Well, look at the telephone book now. Boy, that Smith guy, he really got around. He liked to travel. He was a hitchhiker. He took a ride on a... He went as far as... He went up to the... He was right in the middle of a... He was lost. But he had a check, only he couldn't get a cash. The banks were closed. I mean, they always are on Thanksgiving. Ah, that first Thanksgiving. What a crowd. I'll wait. What a crowd. More people were trying to... You couldn't even park your... And in those days, they didn't have any. I mean, everybody came. Even the Indians came. They had a reservation.
Thank you, Dinah Shaw, Wally Brown, and Harry Von Zell. And now, gang, here's another neighbor who's dropped in on us for a free drumstick. John Charles Thomas.
The chorus and I would like to sing the beautiful old Dutch traditional hymn of Thanksgiving. Or you may know it as We Gather Together to Ask the Lord's Blessing.
Since it's Thanksgiving Day, fellas, let's look in on the typical American home. The time is just after dinner, and we find ourselves in the living room of the Lancelot Higgins household, which boasts that sweet, unforgettable character, Baby Snooks.
Oh, what a meal.
Daddy.
Snooks, please. I can just about stagger to that couch.
I got a funny feeling in my tummy.
Funny feeling?
Yeah.
You feel like you didn't get enough to eat?
No, I feel like I don't want all I got.
Well, just drink some water and forget about it.
I can't forget about it.
Why not?
'Cause I'm hungry.
You just said you had too much to eat. Now you're hungry.
I'm sleepy, too.
Well, go to bed.
Daddy, I ain't that sleepy.
Snooks, it's Thanksgiving. Let me go through one whole evening without punishing you.
All right, Daddy. You got my permission.
Oh, this is a night for gratefulness, for benevolence. Look, why don't you run across the street and ask how old Mrs. Hooper is?
I did, Daddy, just like you told me.
What did she say?
He said it's none of your business how old she is.
Well, then go inside and help Mommy with the dishes.
Why don't you do it?
Because a man's place is not in the kitchen.
Is it on the couch?
Now, don't be impertinent. Just run along and stay away from that icebox. If you eat any more turkey, you'll turn into a turkey.
Do I talk like a turkey?
Yes.
Gobble, 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 gobble.
Oh, the child is right. I suppose I should go in and help the little woman with the dishes. But then why should I spoil her? I'm so clumsy I might break one. Thanks. Snooks, is that your voice? Where are you?
Right here.
Where? All I see is a scrawny little turkey.
That's me.
You? Good heavens, Snooks. How did you get to be a turkey?
He said if I eat any more, I'll turn into one.
Oh, Snooks, you didn't go back for more turkey, did you? Did you?
Didn't I?
And look at me. I'm covered with feathers. Could it be that I'm a turkey, too? Could that be?
Could be.
Snooks, this is weird.
Yeah, it's weird.
Lancelot Higgins, a turkey. Gone, my bubbling laughter. My flashing smile. What can I say to the neighbors?
I know, Daddy.
What?
Gobble, 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 gobble.
This is no time for jokes. I'm a turkey. And yet I don't feel like a turkey.
How do you feel, Daddy?
Foul. Not bad, eh?
Daddy.
What?
You may be a turkey, but you ain't changed much.
Oh. Why, look, Snooks. We're right in the middle of a barnyard. If I didn't know I was wide awake, I'd think I was dreaming.
Daddy, there's a duck with eyeglasses.
Quiet, Snooks. It may be Frank Tours.
And look at that cute little chicken.
Oh, chicken, eh? Cute little chicken. Well, greetings, my feathered friends. Where is this luscious leghorn?
Frank Morgan.
Daddy, Mr. Morgan is a hen.
Correction, my mealy-mouthed little muppet. I happen to be a rooster. Hen is the female of the species. Bless their little hearts.
I'm certainly glad to see you, Frank. We are new in this barnyard.
Well, I'm just visiting myself. I have a farm of my own, you know.
That's funny, Daddy. He's a rooster, and he has a farm.
Well, what's funny about it?
Do you crow in the morning to wake yourself up?
Oh, she's such a girl. Of course, I have a farm with cows and chickens and ducks, and I have a prize bull that weighs 10,000 pounds.
10,000 pounds?
Oh, yes.
Ain't that a terrible lot of bull, Mr. Morgan?
Everywhere I go, I get the same thing. Well, see you later. I have a date with a gorgeous Guernsey at one of the local watering troughs. Elsie's her name. She's a model for Borden's.
Goodbye, Frank. Don't get yourself into any hot water.
Hot water? What have I got to worry about? I'm not a turkey.
Snooks, I didn't like that laugh. What made him laugh?
Maybe his feathers tickle.
No. Snooks, do you know what day this is?
Uh-huh. It's Thanksgiving Day.
Exactly. Do you know what that means?
Sure, it means we're going to have turkey for dinner.
No, we're the turkeys. They're going to have us for dinner.
Oh.
Us? Oh, what was that?
It's a man with a gun, Daddy. It's Mr. Mudge.
Mudge?
Yeah.
Why, of all people, he hates me. He'll wring my neck. Snooks, you've got to protect me.
I got to protect you?
Yes, I'm a great big, heavy-set bird. You're just a runt.
Why don't you protect me?
Don't be silly. Who'd want to eat a scrawny, sawed-off, tired-looking little turkey like you? He's got a machine gun.
That ain't a machine gun, Daddy.
Oh, what is it?
It's your knees knocking.
Oh. Snooks, he's coming this way. Talk to him. I'll hide behind this rock.
All right, Daddy. Leave it to me.
Hey, you. You haven't seen a turkey around here named Lancelot Higgins.
Lancelot Higgins?
Yes, he's that big flannel-mouthed bag of wind who used to live next door to me.
Never heard of him.
Don't give me that. I know he's around somewhere. You know what I'm going to do when I catch him?
You're going to stuff him.
Right. And then you know what I'm going to do?
Uh-huh.
What?
You're going to kick the stuffing out of him.
What was that?
It's somebody's knees knocking.
Whose knees?
Flannel mouth.
Oh!
Run, Daddy. He's on to you.
Snooks, stop splashing. Where are we?
We're in a swimming pool, Daddy.
Well, look over the side and see what's cooking.
All right. Daddy.
What?
We're cooking.
I knew it. He's boiling us alive.
You're going to taste awful good, Higgins.
Mudge, you can't do it.
Stop him, Daddy.
You can't cook us alive. It's murder. Let me out of here. Let me out of here. Let me out. Let me out. Let me out.
Daddy.
Daddy. Oh, Snooks, it's you.
Who'd you think it was?
Oh, you're not a turkey, are you?
No. I'm Snooks.
Oh, Snooks, my little girl. Oh, you've never looked more adorable.
Me?
Yes. Come here and let me kiss you.
Don't you feel well, Daddy?
Never felt better, Snooks. And I've just realized we have a lot to be thankful for. Here I've been sleeping on the couch while your mother's been doing the dishes. Well, I'm going right in and straighten up the kitchen with her.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow I'll clean up the woodwork with her. And I'll think of something else for Saturday.
Mommy's already thought of something.
Oh, she has? How do you know?
Well, she just said she was going to mop up the floor with you.
Now I'm really cooked.
Thank you, Fanny Bryce, Hanley Stafford, and Frank Morgan. Now, Dinah Shore and the chorus join to bring us an Irving Berlin song inspired by the American spirit of Thanksgiving.
Thanks for the Yanks, thanks for Russia's giant guns, and for all the other sons of freedom. Thanks for the Yanks, and for China and the Dutch, and for all who've done so much for freedom. For Canada, for England, Australia and New Zealand, for fighting French and millions more along the South Pacific shore. They will keep their native land of free land. We've got plenty to be thankful for.
I've got plenty to be thankful for. I haven't got a great big yacht to sail from shore to shore. Still, I've got plenty to be thankful for. I've got plenty to be thankful for. No private car, no caviar, no carpet on my floor. Still, I've got plenty to be thankful for. For the men who bear the title of the United States Marine. And for those men who shout, "Anchors away!"
And for each rousing tale as they hit the dusty trail, and those caissons go rolling along.
And all the men who fly, spouting their flame from under, off with one hell of a roar. I'm thankful to that this is true.
Nothing will stop the Army Air Force. We've got plenty to be thankful for.
How could anybody ask for more? My needs are small, I buy them all at the 5 and 10 cent store. Yes, I've got plenty to be thankful for.
Winding up this Thanksgiving spread with just one or two more words. It's pretty tough for any soldier or sailor to get excited about Thanksgiving Day when he's a few thousand miles away from home and the cranberry sauce. But let's all be thankful anyway that we've got a country to come home to that's rich in its natural bounties and opportunities, and rich in its friendship with other nations who have proven themselves strong and helpful in hastening that day when tyranny ends, and we celebrate a real Thanksgiving.
This is the Armed Forces Radio Service.
Personal notice changes my stock and trade. If the job's too tough for you to handle, you've got a job for me, George Valentine. Write full details. Standard Oil Company of California, on behalf of independent Chevron gas stations and standard stations throughout the West, invites you to Let George Do It. Cause for Thanksgiving, another adventure of George Valentine.
Dear Mr. Valentine.
What? Hello.
Quiet. I'm 10 years old.
Lieutenant Riley, is that you?
Well, it's not Tom Turkey. Listen, my friend.
You sure it's not? What's that 10-year-old stuff? Hey, you've been jumping the gun on the cranberry sauce?
All right. I'll say it straight. I'm phoning on behalf of a little boy 10 years old.
Well, that's better.
No, it's not. It's worse. Said little boy could no more write you a letter than he could hope to choke. I doubt if he can write.
What's the matter?
He can't talk either.
Huh?
You heard me. I said he can't talk. Oh, I don't mean there's anything wrong with him, or maybe there is. I don't know, but... Look, Valentine, get over here, will you? Right away to my house.
Well, sure.
But I warn you, friend, this little boy never heard of Thanksgiving. If you're going to help him, you'd better bring your brass knuckles.
Where is he, Lieutenant?
Oh, Mrs. Riley's got him in there trying to coax him to eat. But the only time he'll take a bite is when she's turned her back.
Oh, is he? Where'd you get him?
One of the boys in my department picked him up early this morning at 3 a.m. on the waterfront, the warehouse lane.
Oh, I see. A little on the tough side, huh?
Oh, they all are down there, like a bunch of dirty seagulls and scavengers running loose. We can't even find out who he belongs to.
Maybe nobody. And only 10 years old.
Listen, this sergeant of mine in a squad car nearly runs him down. See, the kid was racing across the empty street, not even looking. Well, Mike gets out to help, naturally. The kid wasn't hurt, but he swung on him. He tried to get away, scared to death, and clawed and scratched. And then Mike realized the kid wasn't talking. Not a sound.
Now, that's the part I don't get. Clear it up, will you, Ronnie?
Well, Mike couldn't even find out where he lives, so we brought him in. My friends, that boy hasn't spoken one single solitary word since. Hardly a noise out of him. Oh, except maybe to cry a little. Only he stops that when you look at him.
But, Lieutenant, he's probably a mute.
Oh, 2 doctors were out from juvenile hall to look at him. One of them said the kid's faking, but they both agree there's nothing wrong with his vocal cords.
What's the other doctor say?
Psychic shock.
Oh, you mean he can't talk because of something that happened to him?
Well, they're not sure. They say it'll take time to be sure. I've arranged for the hall to take him over to try to find his family, if there is one, to feed him and...
But that takes time, like you say, days, weeks.
Now, you get it, pal, and the doc says it'll help him a lot better if we could work fast. Because the most likely thing is that last night he saw something. Was mixed up in something that scared the blue blazes out of him, and he was running away.
A little before 3 a.m. last night, I saw something.
Yeah, but what? Nothing happened down there. Nothing was reported. My department can't just go bursting into a... Huh? Well, hello there, Sonny. Hello. You finally ate something, did you?
Big eye. He listens, but he doesn't listen.
Yeah. Come on in here, son. Come on. These are friends of mine, see? Ah, now, wait a minute. Don't jump like that. I'm not going to bite you. Come on in here and...
Riley. What time is it?
Huh?
1:45.
Oh, good. Hey, look, kid, how about coming with me? I've got an extra ticket to the big football game. Well, I'll get you to meet Big Mike Moralewski, the All-American. Maybe you can even sit on the bench with the team, huh?
George, he's just more frightened. He's crying.
You see? You can't get him interested in anything.
But a boy in a football game? I think the doctor's...
Oh, it's Thanksgiving. I mean, a kid belongs in somebody's home on Thanksgiving. Well, are you going to just sit there, Valentine?
I know, Softy. I know. We've got work to do and fast. Come on, Brooksy, take the kid's hand. We're going to go straight at this. At the waterfront front. Warehouse Lane. Great place.
Plenty of freighters tied up, but no people.
Ship chandlers. You must have spent some time around there, haven't you, kid? How about the candy store?
You're wasting your time, George. It just seems to get more and more tense.
Yeah. Well, this is where he was picked up, right here.
Oh, relax, son. Don't just sit there
Running
and look...
from right to left, so he must have come from this way. Okay, let's move on a little. Cobblestones by the empty warehouse, huh?
George, look at him. This direction, all right. George, look out for that boy in the street.
He's running like that in the street, just know.
Oh, lovely neighborhood. I wonder if that boy would know anything about our friend here.
Hey, that's an idea. Wait a second. Hey, you, Shorty.
Oh, you want to argue about it? Yeah, jerk nose.
Come here, you.
Hey, let go.
Hey, Shorty. Shorty, wait.
George,
George, come here. I'm having an awful time. Hold on.
Oh, look, kid, stop it, will you?
He wants to run, too, George.
Yeah, now easy, that's better. Hey, he'll get away from us if I try to catch up with that shorty. Look, Brooksy, look. There's a settlement house over there. Murphy's. You know him. Take the kid over there and wait for me, will you?
Sure, George. Maybe they'll know something about it.
I doubt it. 3 a.m. last night. The farther out there on the pier is where it happened, whatever it was. So me, I'm going to take it on foot by myself. Shorty, I got you this time.
Get your paws off your nose.
Cut it out. Now, cut it out. I just want to ask you something. Ah. You know that other kid I had back in the car there? You know his name?
I've never seen him before. I ain't done nothing.
What's your name?
I don't know. Let go.
You kids running loose out here by the ships last night?
I was up on the moon eating cheese. Let me go.
Oh, brother. Great tribe, aren't you? Stick together. Never tell anybody anything. Go on now, look, kid. I'm not a cop or anything. I just want to find...
Hang on to him there. Don't let him loose.
Ah.
Sure.
Oh, no, you don't, Shorty. I got you.
Don't let him loose. There we are. Hold him and let me go through his pockets.
Hey, wait a minute there, Skipper. What are you talking
Box
about?
of cigars. Left him out on deck. Stole him.
I didn't steal
He hasn't got anything.
No. Oh, he's too big anyway. You're not the one.
Not what? Go on, Shorty. Get out of here. You know help.
I told you, jerk nose. Yeah.
Water rats. Same the world all over. All the same. Good cigars, too. First mate, give them to me so I'd let them stay uptown.
Wait a minute, Skipper. Wait a minute. Were you looking for another kid?
No. Yes.
Something stolen last night, you mean, huh? During the night?
Cigars? No. It's afternoon, a few minutes ago. Come up like rats up on the horses. I tell you, it's awful. Marseille, it was my last port. Same thing. Same the world over. Nobody stops them. Nobody can stop them.
Hey, wait a minute, Skipper. This your ship tied up here?
Yeah. Leaky old tub full of potatoes. Frenchmen like potatoes.
Uh-huh. Looks about ready to sail. Were you here last night?
What are you peddling? Dope, lunchboards, cheap liquor?
No. Listen, will you? You have trouble with kids getting aboard, huh?
Characters like you in every port, too. Dock loafers. Always got a deal. Sure, I'm trouble. That's customs pier watchmen. Nobody can stop them. You see those big rat guards? Right over them like monkeys.
Uh-huh. Did some kids get aboard your ship last night?
No. Now, stop pestering me.
Are you sure? Around 3 a.m.?
Fight was on the pier, not the ship.
What fight?
Oh, that's the pier watchman. He's the one spreading the story. A couple of bums, I guess. I don't know. My old deck watch was sound asleep, of course.
You didn't see it?
No. Yeah, I don't know. Woke me up. I yelled, shut up, out of my porthole, went back to sleep.
Hello there, Skipper. Wait. I'm so glad to catch you.
Huh?
Oh, what now? A sailor comes ashore.
I'm just going to take a minute. It's about a woman, you see. Oh, that I see, and so nice. But right now, I want to...
Get what I mean? Dock loafers all trying to sell something. Now it's telephone numbers. Go on, Baldy, get out of here.
Wait a minute. I've seen this guy before.
Yeah? Well, it's not mutual. Skip, if you just listen
His name's Salvori, I'll tell you.
Yeah, I've seen him in lineups. Are you around here last night?
I beg your pardon.
Oh, it's a great neighborhood. Salvori, the big operator. Last trip he was here selling raffle tickets for a three-wheeled automobile.
Oh, but Skipper, listen.
Thanksgiving, they say. Well, thanks and good night. You press to him. I'm going backwards.
Yeah.
Hey.
Look at that, will you? Is that what you wanted to see us about, Salvori? That crowd down at the pier?
Something's happening.
No. I got an deal to make.
Come on, let's take a look.
Afternoon, friends.
What's going on?
Don't suppose you have 50 cents or so? He, no pal of mine. See, he was going to buy me Thanksgiving dinner, you see.
Never mind that. What are those men doing down by the water?
Fishing, sort of. 50 cents is about all it would take, though, you see. Now, this old pal of mine, he would have spent $5, you know, mince pie and the works, you know. That's till last night.
Hey, down there, hey,
Now,
you!
listen, Buster, did you say last night?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Hey, sailor!
Now, it seems to me that... Hey, look out there!
Salvori!
Well, he left in a hurry, didn't he?
Body, skipper! Got a body! What? Just fishing him out. Guy floating with a knife in him.
Guy float... Yeah, with a knife.
Holy
Yeah, see, that's what I tell you. You see, a pal of mine, he was going to buy me a Thanksgiving dinner, see? Only instead, it looks like he got in a fight about 3 a.m. last night, I figure. Yeah, got murdered, see? Tell me, how's about the 50 cents?
We'll return to tonight's adventure of George Valentine in just a moment. When new RPM motor oil was developed in the laboratory, it was subjected to the most rigidly controlled tests that modern research could devise. And it proved tops, the oil that doubles engine life between major overhauls due to lubrication. The next question was, would it live up to these tests in your car? Tonight you'll hear the answer from the crews of 2 actual test cars in the heart of downtown San Francisco. Following is a special transcription made during the road test period. We switch you to test unit number 1 and research supervisor Carl Watson in San Francisco.
We are making rather slow progress heading west along Market Street. Test unit number 2 is behind us in the traffic. We're driving under the same kind of stop-and-go conditions that you do, the toughest kind on engine wear. It's our job to see if new RPM will back up our laboratory findings. I'll switch you now to research engineer Bob Burchell in unit number 2. He'll tell you about these special cars and the data we are recording from the instruments. Go ahead, Bob.
This is Bob Burchell. The engines in this test car and test unit number 1 ahead of us are both equipped with irradiated piston rings, just like those in our laboratory test engine. They also have Geiger counters attached so that we can hear and record wear as it actually takes place. We are making a comparison test. Test Unit 1 is using new RPM, but in this car we have a well-known conventional oil in the crankcase. It is one of the best premium type oils. Naturally, I can't reveal its brand name. Now I'll hold the microphone closer to the Geiger counter, which detects minute particles of metal as they wear off the irradiated piston ring. Hear that rapid clicking? That means a comparatively high rate of engine wear. Now I'll switch you back to Carl Watson for a comparison with new RPM motor oil. Come in, test unit number 1.
This is Watson again. You hear that slow click of the Geiger counter? That is an outstanding low wear rate count. It's new RPM under the same conditions as the premium type oil you heard about a moment ago. Day in and day out, mile after mile, the counters have clicked off the same story. The results we got in the laboratory tests on new RPM motor oil are checking out on the road.
Proved in the laboratory, supported in severe road service. That's new RPM motor oil. The oil that cuts in half the wear rate of critical engine parts, doubles engine life between major overhauls due to lubrication. Try it. Sold with a money-back guarantee of satisfaction at independent Chevron gas stations and standard stations, where they say and mean, we take better care of your car. Now, back to tonight's adventure of George Valentine, a boy 10 years old who's been scared to death, who either can't or won't talk. Well, if your name is George Valentine, you begin to understand the reason when you see the neighborhood in which he was picked up by the police. You understand a good deal more when you see that the body of a man has been fished out of the water off the pier. Yes, now it's certainly a case for Lieutenant Riley.
Oh, but what a case. They don't get solved around here, my friend. They just happen.
Okay, Riley. Did your boys pick up that bum, the guy who sniffed?
Oh, he won't know anything. Nobody does. The name of the corpse is Lefty Sims.
Well, you seem to know something.
Well, everybody knew him. He's a common thief, that's all. Few big jobs, but nothing to steal down here. He usually worked the city. This wasn't his territory.
The doc says the time's about right. Been dead since last night, around 3 or 4, maybe. Killed and then tossed in the water. What about the pier watchman?
He covers 5 warehouses. How could he see anything? And everybody off duty for the holiday.
Hey, wait a minute.
Huh?
Riley, what's this stuff?
Where the fight happened? It's a spot of blood, I figure.
No, look. Look closer. Powder. Little pieces of broken glass.
What? Hey, here's some more of it.
Yeah. Oh, Doctor.
Huh? Yeah, Doc, come over here, will you?
Yeah, sure, Lieutenant.
You thinking what I am, Riley?
Yeah.
What is it?
Hey, here, take a look. White powder. And on a pier where boats...
No, it's not.
Huh?
Talking about dope, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't think so.
False alarm, huh, Doc? Well, it might explain why there was a fight, what was going on out here.
Something of value. Yes, of course. Smuggling, you think, huh? Peddling? Or...
Yes, I'll do the thinking, Doc. You
myosin, perhaps. Something like that. I can run a test.
my.
Valuable. Didn't I say that? Drug. Drug of some kind. Cure people instead of making them sick. Worth a lot more than dope, too. Easier to market.
Yeah, same thing. Only more in the big time.
Did that watchman say there were any kids on the pier last night?
Valentine, I'm trying to get the doc here to talking me.
Did the watchman see any kids?
No.
Okay, so long.
Wish I could help you, Miss Brooks.
It's all right, Mr. Murphy. Come on, Sonny.
The settlement house here is pretty badly undermanned. A cleaning woman will be back tomorrow. She might know something about the bar here. But in this
Well,
neighborhood...
thanks again. Come on, Sonny. Car's parked over this way.
Brooksy.
Well, it's about time.
Come on, get out of the street, you and the kid.
What?
Never mind, any place. Here, duck in the alley. In this neighborhood, Angel, I don't want to...
Who's that?
I don't know. Packing crates you can't see. He's gone now.
George, what's happened? What's going on?
Simple, Brooksy. Nice, simple case. My guess is the kid here was an eyewitness to murder. It'll be a simple case if he isn't murdered. Oh, kid, please talk. Please tell me, will you? What did you see last night? Look, nobody's going to hurt you. I won't let him. What do you must have seen things like this plenty of times before, kid. I don't mean murder, but you grew up in a tough place. And you're not going to do anybody any good if you just...
Yes, he just cried. George, I'm taking him home. You can solve your own fancy waterfront murders.
Okay, I'll leave him alone. But which one are you covering for, kid? Only a few men around that pier last night. Which one is that important to you? All right, maybe you've given me the answer at that, without talking.
Says you. You admitted you saw your old pal Lefty, didn't you, before he was murdered?
I tell you.
Come on, Riley, along the deck here.
Now, look, I promised me a nice Thanksgiving dinner, you see, Lefty does, see? Come past walking up to the pier and never come back.
But didn't he say who he was coming out to meet? Didn't he?
Here we are, Riley. Let's go in here. Hey, Skipper, this your cabin?
What? Oh, no, mine's forward a ways. It's all right, the owner's cabin. Nobody ever uses it.
Just want a place to talk.
Already said all I'm going to say.
Come on, you two, Skipper. The name is Stogue, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, wait a minute. Here's the other one. Bring him in here, Sergeant.
Let go, man. Let go. Mr. Salvori. Now I have to stand rats on my ship, eh?
Picked him up in the neighborhood, Skipper.
That's all for now, Sergeant. What about the kid, Valentine?
Oh, he's all right, Riley. I left him in my car out on the street.
So because my name is Salvori, you think...
You were around here last night, too, weren't you?
Always around. Yes, dock loafers with deals.
Yeah, but don't try to cover up so much, Skipper.
What?
Now, listen, all of you. We can't find anybody else with a chance of being out here last night but you three.
I was on my ship. Talk to this peddler.
I said don't cover so much. Salvori's a friend of yours.
Sure, everybody's a Salvori's friend.
Except the law. Now, look, this is a smuggle case.
A what? Not on my ship. I've never brought it.
Lefty, the man who was killed, knew his way around the city. Salvori, you're the big waterfront middleman. And, Captain, you've got a boat.
See what I mean? Cops, they got brains.
Enough to spot an ideal setup for smuggling. Captain Stogue, you bring it in. Salvori picks it up, gets it through customs, and Lefty fit it in someplace in the city.
I think you're crazy.
Somebody was waiting a little while ago to waylay Miss Brooks and a kid who was an eyewitness.
Brooks?
Skipper, you're too fat to run down an alley like he did. Sure, I heard his steps. Snippy just shuffles. So tag, Salvori, you're it. Because now I know why you ran the first time when we saw the body. It's what proves you guys work together.
No, I know you're crazy.
Because on the pier earlier, you came up yelling to the skipper something about a woman. Well, the woman must have been Miss Brooks. You'd seen her with a boy. The witness the two of you have been trying to find. Sure, Skipper, you were looking for boys when I first met you, too, weren't you?
My cigars. That's all, my cigars.
Never mind, Salvori. The kid out there is going to give us the whole story, and a lot straighter than you ever would. Because I finally figured out his whole story.
I never been mixed up in no smuggle.
Sure, and never in a fight or used a knife. Why did you do it? Lefty try a double cross on you, too? You're under arrest for murder, Salvori.
Come on, I'll take him out for you, Riley.
Let go.
You take the other two.
But I'm not mixed up in this.
Material witness. And accessory for you, Captain.
No, please, no.
Come on, out the door. Meet you on the pier, Riley. Here, you, Salvori. Wait a second.
Nobody's going to arrest me.
Salvori!
Grab him, you idiot! Hold it!
Come on, there he goes, down the plank.
Yeah, headed farther up on the pier, up toward the warehouse.
Salvori! Do you think the sergeant saw him?
Yeah, sure. He'll get him all right. Well, that was a nice act.
Yeah, good idea. Now, come on. Car's back the other way.
Yeah. Hey, did you notice that empty cabin on the ship?
Yeah.
Grease stains on the pillow? Yeah, empty, huh? I'll bet Salvori's even been traveling with the skipper. Sure, it's a smuggling ring, all right.
Still confused, aren't you, Riley?
Huh?
Oh, it was originally a smuggle, sure. But never mind. You'll never prove anything on this bunch unless you catch him in the act. And, Riley, we're going to do just that.
Well, it's the only car in the street.
Uh-huh.
We're close enough. But it's been 5 minutes already, Valentine. If this hunch of yours is going to pay off, it better
Gotta
start.
give us time to run the other way, hasn't he?
I don't see how you can...
Oh, no, I didn't expect a gun.
Come on, around the side of the building.
That's my car, Riley. I hope somebody's going to pay for it.
Hold it. There he is.
You're wasting your time, Skipper. The car is empty. You hear me? The kid's uptown. It was a trap, Skipper.
Careful, he's got the corner of the building there to get behind.
The only one who'd stick his neck into our trap is the one who did the stabbing, right? The one who has to get rid of the kid, the witness. So we don't even need to ask the kid now, do we?
Look out! I got him.
Lieutenant Riley's still at the hospital, George. He says he'll get his confession from Captain Stoke, all right?
Keep it down, will you? The kid's in there. I'm trying out a system. We write each other notes. What about the smuggle stuff, those drugs? They searched the ship yet?
Yes, they've already found some drugs hidden, but I don't understand. What did you say, writing notes?
What don't you understand? How the smuggle works? With a thief, a middleman, and a skipper involved? The drugs that couldn't be sold in this country except through the proper channels, but would sell for a fortune in Europe or on the black market?
Oh, you mean it was to be smuggled out of the country?
Mm-hmm, that's right, Brooksy. And Lefty, the guy who was killed, stole the drugs and delivered them last night. But he got a knife instead of a payoff. And the kid saw it.
But, George, you mean the boy talked? He's all right?
I guess he will be. See, I was afraid he was, well, maybe the skipper's son or something.
Yeah, I know. But psychic shock, his refusal to talk.
But he's not. He's only known him for a few weeks. Kid didn't even know where he fitted into the plan until a few days ago.
Oh, George, for heaven's sake.
See, he doesn't have any parents, Brooksy. Just a waterfront kid. But not nearly as tough as he acts. What's missing in the smuggle setup? There's customs on the other side, you know. Who gets the goods into the other country off the ship?
The boy? You mean he was a part of
Nobody can stop him all over the world. Up and down like monkeys. Perfect, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you'd been with me, you should have noticed. Empty cabin on the ship with grease stains on a pillow. But Salvori is bald. We better buy some shampoo for that kid, by the way.
He was aboard that ship.
Yeah, he saw the captain go ashore to meet Salvori and Lefty. He saw the murder. Then he broke out and got away.
George, let me talk to him. This ridiculous business of writing notes...
Oh, sure, he'll talk now. Just been scared to death, that's all. And all he wanted was to be happy. He was expecting to be happier than he'd ever been before.
George, if you don't stop playing clairvoyant...
Well, the captain's the only one who could have brought the kid. Therefore, made him afraid, made him run ashore. Therefore, Brooksy, the skipper was it. Well, don't you remember how the kid reacted when I asked him to go to a football game? Just puzzled.
George, he is writing.
Sure he is. Gives me more time to look the words up in the dictionary.
Hello, Mademoiselle. Oh!
Sure, Angel. That's why I wouldn't talk before. He wants to stay in this country. Afraid we'd find him out. He's from Marseille. He's French.
Oui, Marseille. Mais j'aime l'Amérique. Hey, monsieur, il dit que... Hey!
Friends. Here, give me the pencil. And the dictionary. You think you could stand a turkey dinner, George?
Turkey? Oui.
You see? One language. I guess it is Thanksgiving, isn't it? And now we got a pilgrim on our hands, Angel. A hungry little pilgrim.
Tonight, earlier in the program, you heard how road tests jibed with laboratory results in the development of new RPM motor oil. You have been taken step by step along the path followed by our scientists in bringing you this new oil years ahead of its time. From the first survey to determine what the ideal motor oil should be, through the ultimate proof in an automobile engine, you've heard the new RPM story firsthand. Now discover it yourself, firsthand. It's sold with a money-back guarantee of satisfaction at standard stations and independent Chevron gas stations, where they say and mean, we take better care of your car. Tonight's adventure of George Valentine has been brought to you by Standard Oil Company of California on behalf of independent Chevron gas stations and standard stations throughout the West. Robert Daly is starred as George with Virginia Gregg as Brooksy. Let George Do It is written by David Victor and Jackson Gillis and directed by Don Clark. Wally Mayer is Lieutenant Riley. Alan Reed was heard as Stogue. Dick Ryan as Sniffy. Anthony Barrett as Salvori. Jeffrey Silver as Shorty. And Stephen Chase as the Doctor. The music is composed and presented by Eddie Dunstetter. Your announcer, John Heaston. Listen again next week, same time, same station, to Let George Do It. Your community chest helps care for homeless and neglected children in your own neighborhood. Community Chest Child Care Centers operate year-round. This year, make sure you give enough to your community chest to help all year. This is the Mutual Don Lee Broadcasting System.